Okay, okay. I recently got out of the shower and my hair is wet. But I remembered. Ready? I couldn't remember that yesterday. I was like, I know there's another part of that song and I just can't remember what it is. We know now. We know now. I just needed a little refresher. It's been a little while since I've seen Fraggle Rock. I just needed a little refresher, but I am now thoroughly refreshed and I remember it now. I watched the beginning because it was nostalgic and I remember watching that when I was a small child. I'm going to have to get my, you know what? I feel like I found Fraggle Rock at a library when we lived in Austin and I brought it home for Charlotte and I thought Charlotte would just love it. And she kind of didn't. I don't know, maybe Auden will like it, but it is, I mean, it's like the YouTube video that I watched was pretty fuzzy. It was like, it was dated for sure, but I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But happy Tuesday. Here, what is the song? Here we are together, together, together. Here we are together in our family. And then we're supposed to go through and like name everybody's names. Oh, that reminds me. I'm doing singing time for all the kids this coming Sunday because I'm not teaching this time. So it's one of my favorite things to do. I did that for years in our old church congregation. And I loved it. I thought it was so much fun. I remember my mom doing it when I was little. And so I have very fond memories of my mom leading the music. And so I prolonged her legacy or something. I'm not really sure, but it is what it is. That is fair. That is totally fair because you know what? After I was asked to step down and I wasn't doing singing time anymore, I remember going to an adult class and being like, this is boring. I was so bored. And that was back when church was 3 hours long. Now it's not 3 hours long anymore. Now it's 2 hours long, but still, I feel like it was really, really long. But happy Tuesday to Scarecrow, to VT, to hi, Bobby. Have you watched K-pop Demon Hunters yet? Because you should. And then that will make sense. And I'm fresh out of not fresh out of the shower, but I feel like I look, I think I did just before I went live. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but is it like a tweet? Let me see. Yeah, it's like a tweet from the Nintendo of America. Wait a minute. Are they coming out with a Lego set? Like a Zelda Lego set? Listen, what I really want, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. A stable. I would love a Breath of the Wild stable, Lego stable. That would be stupendous. I would love that. I also feel like they're kind of missing out on an opportunity to do Hyrule Castle. I mean, they have the Deku Tree, which is great. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that's right. It's on Netflix. We actually don't have Netflix anymore. We got rid of Netflix because I felt like my girls kind of exhausted. Like it got to a point where they were just watching the same things over and over and over again. And then I could tell they were getting bored. And I was like, well, I mean, there are other things if you want to branch out. And they were like, no, we don't want to branch out. And I thought, okay, well, you're bored, but you're not willing to like watch other. Okay. Well, then what's the point? And then of course my car needed a big fix. And so we were like, we can go without a streaming service for a little bit. So it is what it is. We have plenty of movies like on our own. Oh, just kidding. No, we have Disney Plus. I was like, we don't need both because we've talked about this. This is just cable all over again. Everything has its own things. And if you want to watch, and you know what? I'm very grateful that I'm not into sports or that Andrew isn't into sports because watching sports is insane. You need like 4 different services to watch all the games that you want to watch. If you of only one sport, like let's say you pick basketball, In order to watch every game, you have to have ESPN Plus, you have to have Hulu, you have to have live channels, and you have to have like some annual pass from something. I don't know. It's bananas. Hey, how are you? How's it going? How's it hanging? Yeah, I washed my hair and was like, I don't know. It'll just sit like that and it's going to dry frizzy, but it's okay. It's a Ganondorf sculpture. Why would they do the villain? Of all the things. That's interesting. I feel like Nintendo has made really interesting announcements regarding Zelda. Like they've done so much with Mario, and yet I feel like their stuff for Zelda. Anyway, I'll have to watch it after I finish my stream because it looks, I mean, anything with Lego. Hello? I'm down. I don't spend a lot of money on Lego, but I do love appreciating it. And I do have an appreciation for it. I just, well, right now I want to save up for a Switch 2 if I can. Mac, happy Tuesday. Made it to work today. Still have my cold, but I'm more human. Isn't it crazy how much colds can take you down and how much microscopic little tiny living things can make you feel like you're gonna die? I remember I got a phone call from my stepmom, and she said, I just want to let you know before this goes on, or before I continue, that your dad is okay. And I kind of, that's a really crazy way to like preface a conversation. And she was like, your dad had a bad fall and he cracked his head on the toilet and he had a big bruise and everything. And she said that she heard him fall. And this is like this is my worst nightmare. She said, I heard him fall. And when I called out to him, he didn't answer. And so she went to go check on him and he was out cold in the bathroom. And she said she could smell vomit, which made her worried because she thought maybe he'd had a stroke or he'd had like a seizure or something. No, just turns out my dad was nauseous and no, you would just went in. Oh, I need to set that timer for you. And apparently my dad's very visceral reaction to nausea is passing out. So he went to go throw up and passed out instead. And then he hit his head on the toilet. But he was okay and everything was fine. But I just remember my stepmom, who's a nurse, she was like, and so I knew he was in good hands too, because she's a nurse, but she was like, it's just really amazing how something so tiny, some tiny, tiny little microbe that you can't even see can really do a number on your body. And I think he actually ended up getting sick with the flu for like a week or something, and he was really sick. And I wasn't worried about him as much because, he was with my stepmom, and that was over 15 years ago now. Like, I wasn't that worried about him. But that preface of like, your dad's okay, but it's just astounding to me that these tiny little germs can make us so sick. When you think about like food poisoning and stuff, man, it's amazing how, because I don't wish food poisoning on anybody. Hey, it's John. Yeah, I come in the stream and immediately hear passed out. He's dead. No, my dad was not dead. He passed out, but he was not dead. And it's Wolf. I was singing that song. Oh no, I wasn't. There was another song. Hello, friends. It's nice to be. That's another primary song. Here with you in primary. I gotta. I'm teaching the music to the kids this coming Sunday because the girl who normally does it is out of town. So I gotta gear up. No, he's not. I just had a good long conversation with him last night. And we're flying out to Utah for this wedding, for Anders' half-sister's wedding. And my dad, he has, he'll tell me he's excited, but he just has a way of just showing how excited he really is, because he'll start calling me and being like, so what's the plan? And planning is his way of like showing his excitement. And so, it's kind of getting closer, and we're going to be there from the 16th to the 20th. And the wedding is on the 21st. And the wedding is on the 19th. And so That means I believe we get the 20th and the 21st because our flight doesn't leave till like 4 p.m. So we get the 20th and then we get most of the 21st to spend with my dad. But his birthday is on the 17th of December. And so for the first time in years, I will be able to actually spend my dad's birthday with him in person. I think that's the first time I've been able to do that in 10 years. And he's so excited. Oh my gosh, he's so excited. And they're invited to the wedding and everything. So we'll kind of all be together, but I don't think they're invited to. The wedding has multiple facets. It's got multiple parts because it's a temple wedding, which not everybody can go to because not everybody has a temple recommend. And a temple recommend is what gets you past the front desk when you go inside an LDS temple, I guess. Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints temple is different than a meeting house. And there are more, oh, I forgot my ring. There are more sacred things that happen there, like weddings. We call them sealings because we're sealed for time and all eternity. And so there's like multiple things. So there's like the wedding or the sealing ceremony that happens inside the temple, but you have to have a temple recommend to go. Charlotte doesn't have a temple recommend. Auden doesn't have one. You know, there are lots of people that don't have them. And the rooms are kind of small. And, you know, you can't just have like 500 people come to a sealing. So the sealing is very small and it's mostly really kind of private and very, what's the term I'm looking for? I don't want to say close, but like, I can't think of the word I'm looking for. But anyway, I think you guys understand what I'm saying. And then later that day, they will have a ring ceremony and then they'll have a luncheon, a ring ceremony, and a reception. So there's like multiple parts to this. So all day on the 19th, we're going to be totally crazy. But my dad will be there for a lot of it. Intimate, thank you. I was like, what, there's a word, not close, not tender. It's just very intimate for like really close relatives and friends or whatever. You just have to, you're just limited because of the room size. And you have to contact the temple early and be like, hey, this is how many people we have. It's not one of those things that at the last second they can bring in 20 extra chairs. It's like, there's a big, you know, you got to schedule it. So Hayes got a scary text message. Have I ever gotten a scary text message before? I don't think I've ever gotten a scary text message, but I have gotten weird phone calls. I want to hear this scary text message story. Do I? Or is it going to give me nightmares? Auden, I just downloaded a song a game for Auden on the iPad. It's this little fruit merge game. And she was telling me, she was like, Mama, I need to show you this ad. Because obviously they're ads. They wanted $9 to get rid of ads. And I was like, I can get Tales of Iron for cheaper than that. I can get a solid Metroidvania for less than that, you know? And so I was like, nah, I don't know. And then she said, I need to show you this ad because I don't want it to scare you. And I was like, did it scare you? And she was like, no. At the beginning. So apparently my child is being terrified by an ad on a children's game. So anyway, hey, it's Artemis. I got a scary text message the other day. It said, your credit card bill is ready. I have a piece of food. I can feel it. Yeah, you can't trust every text. Oh, I got it. No, you need to let me stream. You can tell me what it is after the fact. After the fact. I know I've gotten some scams that seem, or some text messages that seem very real, and it's only upon looking really closely that I'm like, no, this is not real. There will be like a period out of place somewhere, or something will be spelled slightly wrong or something. I don't know. The emails too. But yeah, you gotta look out. You gotta be careful. Also, did you guys know that you can dream nail enemies that are alive in Hollow Knight? I thought you could only dream nail things that were dead, but you can, no, I'm sorry. I knew you could dream nail things that were alive because you can dream nail Bretta and you can dream nail the Elderbug and Zote and all that stuff. But I didn't realize you could use it on enemies, like alive enemies. The problem is when you dream nail, you have to like hold your nail for a second and then swipe it. And so you usually get hit in the process. Oh, you dream nailed the Watcher Knights? Wow, good for you. Because the Watcher Knights are hard. Oh, and ended up beating them. I just did them. When did I do them? I just have a couple. I just did the Soul Tyrant, the Lost Kin, and the false? No. Was it the false? Is it the false night? That's the second one, the dream one? Or is that the first one? I can't remember, but I did all the dream bosses just in the last like 2 days. And I will admit, first time I ever went to them, I was like, why do you need me?
It's Tuesday, innit?
I'm gonna, this is why I want to close your door. No, you cannot get out of quiet time. The deal is an hour. Well, even if you came out of quiet time, I wouldn't let you play that game because you're pitching a fit. But I love you. Hey, it's TJ. Okay, wait. Yesterday, my wife sent me this. I'll go pick up our son at daycare. I won't go home. What? Do you get soul from using the dream nail? I didn't know that. Wolf's like, my favorite one is you owe tolls and your license will be suspended. Question, exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. There are no toll roads here in town, and I haven't left town in years. That's using the old noodle. Yeah, I didn't realize you could dream nail like enemies in, oh, that's loud in my headphones. Like in action. I managed to dream nail the broken vessel. I will say though that the dream nailing them is not as forthcoming as playing the needle in, I think. Many times it's only just a word or two. Like bright light or lost or why or something. And I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting, but I don't know. It's another example of bad wording as you get from your stepmom. It sounded like she was leaving me with the kid. That's what it sounded like to me too. I was like, oh my gosh, I won't go home. I'm going to get our child. I'll pick up our son at daycare. It's like, since when did we start calling him our son? Just between you and me. I'm gonna pull my hair back. I just got out of the shower like a half hour ago. But I didn't do any heatless curls today because I knew that... Look, man, I do question having my kids on my camera because I'm like, there's sketchy people out there and I don't want my kids' faces plastered all over my YouTube channel. But as far as her like giving ideas, I don't really mind that. I totally forgot. Was she in here for that? No. Oh, by the way, I actually added, I didn't add, I'm sorry. I had Ander listen to the World of Goo and he was like, I just see Western. I just see a Western frontier. Like that's all I see. And he was actually kind of sort of annoyed when I showed him. I mean, he laughed, but he was like, in what world could you have guessed that? And I was like, no, that's not the point. It's just the silliness of it. I thought it was great. I loved it. And it gave me it made me remember that I need to play that game. That should be added to my streaming backlog because I bet that would be a really good one to stream. I don't know how long it is. Did I write it down? I think I did. Yeah, I did. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was great. So I had been talking to my friend that did my audiobook. And I think I've told this story before, but I was talking. Wait a minute. That was not open before, was it? But he's German, and we always only text message each other. Oh, is it handheld only? Do you have to like tilt it? Because I remember it being on the Wii, so it did utilize some motion controls. But my friend that helped me with my audiobook, my sound engineer, he also fixed my audio in this. He's German, but we've only ever spoken over text message. And then one day I got a phone call from somebody. I couldn't tell if it was a German accent, but it was a very heavily accented voice. And they asked, and I said something like, who is this? And they were like, you're telling me you don't know? And I was like, is this Manuel? And they didn't confirm or deny, But I had like a half-hour conversation with somebody that apparently was not Manuel. I have no idea who I talked to. I thought it was him. No idea. And we've been working together on the audiobook for like 6 months. And so I finally was like, oh my gosh, we've never actually, and so I text messaged him and told him something like, sorry about our conversation earlier. I was at the grocery store, or no, I had to leave for the grocery store. And he was like, what conversation? And I was like, we just talked on the phone. And he goes, no, we didn't. And I said, you just called, I mean, I think you called me. Anyway, hey, it's Fresh and it's Skybird. I still to this day don't know who I talked to. And like he asked me for dating advice and like, it was the weirdest thing. It was me. I called you. It was so bizarre.
Oh my gosh, I just made a huge mistake.
Yeah, I was like, well, like I was trying to be nice, but he was like, what am I supposed to do if this girl, you know, if I really like this girl, but I'm too nervous to do something, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really remember, but I was like, I was trying to be nice and I was trying to like give him advice because I thought it was somebody I knew. Talked to him for like a half hour. I still to this day have no idea who I talked to because then I was like, no, we just had a conversation. And he was like, no, we didn't. And I said, well, the voice was heavily accented. I thought it was you. And then for the first time ever, he sent me a voice recording of his voice. It was like a 10-second snippet. And he was like, this is what I sound like. Is this who you talk to? And I was like, oh my gosh, no. Who was it? Who did I just talk to? I don't know if I have any dating advice because I haven't dated in a long time.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. This is a notification that you have reappeared on our monitoring system after a prolonged absence. Please continue to do whatever you did most recently, and discontinue whatever you were doing immediately prior to that.
Immediately prior to that. Well, I was just following the... What? Okay, so we're back in their... I gotta say, I would be annoyed if this were my dream. Same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Endless hallways. Oh, I thought the lights went out. Endless hallways. Big giant drops. No way. Absolutely not. Oh, World of Goo is touch. That's like Severed. Severed was really good. I liked Severed a lot, but it's only touch. I got it on sale. It's by the same company that did Guacamelee, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great, but it's only touch. And I like touch and the left joystick. $15 in the Switch store. So you can't stream. Oh, that sucks that you can't stream it. Oh, well, I guess my only way out is this tiny home. It says it's fragile. Well, what? It's gonna break. Fragile, okay. Oh, it fixed itself. Yeah, we made it. Is everything getting bigger? I feel like everything's getting bigger. Or at least this is getting bigger. That's giant. I am so... Oh! This is like real life. This is me all the time, every day. Always looking up at things. Hey, Cinnamon, how are you? How tall is everybody here? I'm 5'2". I'm little. So like everything, this is very accurate to me. Is that the same house? Like I'm always looking up, like I'm very, I'm pretty, I mean, I'm not like crazy short. My friend, my good friend, is even shorter than me. She's so teensy and I love it so much. Cause I'm like, man, I don't even know, like I never knew what it was like to look down on somebody while I was talking to them other than like my children. I am doing okay. This is made out of cardboard. I got wet hair because I had to shower real quick, but I did get my walk in though. I almost didn't. I didn't get my walk in yesterday and I was salty about it. Yesterday was a weird day. I felt like I was not with it yesterday. I struggled yesterday. So I got my walk in and I got 2. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I got 2 of my arm exercises done. My problem with doing exercises with weights is I always get to a point where I'm like, yeah, cool, sweet. I feel strong and I feel empowered. And then I don't know how to progress. I'm like, well, I don't want to do 25 reps of, I don't want to do 3 sets of 25 reps. But I don't know what to move up to either, so I struggle with that. And then that's when I quit because I'm like, I don't know. So is there like another side of this house? Okay, I have an idea. Maybe. What's inside the chimney? Nothing. Ooh. I feel like it has to do with that hole in the ceiling. Also, I love going on walks with Auden while she's listening to her music because I can just hear her be like, na, 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 can't go back, and now the broken glass, the scars are part of me. While we're walking, like out, she's just singing it out for everybody to hear. It's great. Bless her. No shame. Okay, I can turn this around. No. Yes. No, I cannot. I can't turn this one around. I know, it's so cute. Artemis, where are you where-ish vaguely are you located if it's snowed you in? Oh. I'm supposed to... How does one fit in that tiny door? Just like that, apparently. Oh. It's my first instinct to make everything bigger. I don't know why, but that's my first instinct. Indiana? Is that what IN stands for? That makes me sound totally uneducated, but we cannot live, Ander and I would not do well in the really, really cold areas. Although I do miss, like, legit fall.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. In addition to continuing and discontinuing as mentioned earlier, please also disregard any unsettling experiences that you may have recently had.
Right, with the red paint.
Everything should have now reverted to being soothing and therapeutic.
I don't believe you, Dr. Glenn Pierce.
If this is not the case, you may be receiving this message in error.
At least there weren't any people. Because there could have been people. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful I'm alone in this because that is less scary. But at the same time, it's scary. It's still scary. Can I, like, plug that in? No, I cannot. Maybe he should have said, go ahead and disregard. Did I say hi to Sword Art? I have my Wii. I still have my Wii. I can't remember if I said hi to Sword Art or not. Wait, was Sword Art here? I think Sword Art is here. Did I say hi? Yes. Earlier, I remember the time Susie texted me in Spanish asking for money. Yeah, if this is supposed to be unsettling, I have notes. Is that a fan? It's a giant Jenga tower. No, ma'am. Come on. Yeah. Boop. The teensiest of fans. Not gonna do anybody any good. I guess it didn't have anything to do with that hole in the ceiling. Weird. So I'm supposed to bring the... If this is supposed to be therapeutic, I have questions. Maybe I'm supposed to bring the fan in here. This whole, like, forced perspective thing is wild. I don't know what good this would do, but... Now I can't even hear it. I have not played Blueprints, but you're like the 4th person that's asked me that. So apparently, I think I have it on my backlog. I do think I have it on my list of games. Yep, right there on my backlog. I've heard great things about it. I know nothing about it though, but I would rather go in blind than watch a trailer for it. I feel like that's way more fun, but maybe. Have you played Outer Wilds? That's the real question. Oh, I loved Outer Wilds so much. Outer Wilds was great. I had such a great experience playing Outer Wilds, and I kind of slept on it for a really long time. And I wish I hadn't, because it was such an excellent experience. Did she just say that? That's funny. Am I supposed to? Outer Wilds is great. When I hear people comparing, like, Blueprints, or when I hear people talk about, well, games like this, you know, that kind of make you think. I've heard the term coined Metroidvania, which is like you have knowledge at your fingertips, but you don't know it until the game helps you realize it. But you've had the abilities all along, you just didn't know you could use them. And it's a really kind of niche and unique kind of game genre, but it's one of my favorites. But I'd never actually heard the term Metroidvania until I came across a YouTube video. And I think the thumbnail was Outer Wilds. And I was like, oh, that's true. Because technically, from the very beginning of Outer Wilds, I'm not gonna give anything away, but technically from the very beginning, you could technically just finish the game. Like, if you knew exactly what to do, you could do it right from the very beginning. But you don't, obviously, if you go in without knowing, like, you go in playing it for the first time. And so you have to discover as time goes on and as you do all these different things. It's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. I loved it. That is a very small door. She's been asking me that for 45 minutes. Can I get out now? Nope, you got 15 minutes. Well, the only thing I can think of to bring in here is the fan. But that didn't seem to do anything. My Gigantor fan. Is this supposed to, like... That's so funny that it's a fan instead of... A fan would not move blocks. No, she's not in timeout. She just does her quiet time. She's in her room for an hour while I do my first hour of stream, and then she and her sister get to do their screen time. And I did this back when my older one was in school, because we homeschool now, but I did this when my older one was in school because I used to stream during my during her nap times. But then when she gave up her naps, I was like, how am I supposed to stream? So I tried streaming at night, and it was a mess, and I couldn't do it. And I was out of energy, and I couldn't do it. So I decided I could utilize my older one's screen time when she gets home from school if I pair it with like just a quiet time. They both do quiet time for an hour where they either read or they play. Oh, okay. Where they read or they play, play with toys or whatever. Wait, but that's not an open door. How many more of these can I? So so they each do 1 hour of quiet time, and then they get their screen time. And she's fine. She's in there playing, like she's totally fine. Knowledge-based game. That's how I feel about Tunic. I know you haven't loved it as much as I did, and that's fine. I enjoyed it. I just didn't like adore it like everybody else said. I didn't feel like it was the best game I'd ever played. Whereas I met a lot of people that were like, oh, it's the greatest. It's one of the greatest games I've ever played. And I thought, not for me, but that's okay. Am I supposed to like take it? Can I go through it? Oh, okay. All right. Whoa, yeah. See, look, I feel like Alice in Wonderland right now. Like everything is bigger than me. It's like a gilded locker room. I know, it's so trippy. I know, so it's become slightly problematic because the older she gets, the more, and then she had a bad dream one night. And she used to do her quiet time just for that 1 hour. I've got her baby monitor on so I can see what's going on in her room. And she used to do it with her door closed. And then she had a bad dream one night, and she has refused to do her quiet time with her door closed ever since, which I get, but that was over a year ago. And so I have to put up a baby gate, but then she yells at me and is like,
Hello.
is it time to
My
get out of quiet
name is
time?
Dr.
Or she'll try to like
Glenn
talk to me
Pierce,
while
and I'd
I'm
like to read you my favorite inspirational quote
while
of the
I'm
day.
playing, and I'm like, this
The
is my
worst thing
only,
you
like,
can do is focus
can
on
I not have this
negativity.
time?
It won't spare you from the cage of death, the pain of disease.
Thanks, Dr.
the
Glenn
cruelty of
Pierce.
Time, the cold shell of human nature, or the eventual loss of everything you've ever held dear. Whatever you do,
Don't focus on that. Thanks, Doctor. That's great. I will not. That's like Inception. Inception is impossible because if you say, oh, bouncy house. If you say, don't think of purple elephants, well, what do you think of? Purple elephants. Ander, we need to watch Inception again. You think it's about time? Can you not duck down? Can you not? Ander says, it's time to watch Tenet again. I did not enjoy Tenet as much as Ander did. Because of my smooth brain. That's okay. Okay, I think I'm supposed to make this smaller. And maybe bring it in here. And then, oh no. Why? Oh, it did tell me that I was supposed to do a, what's it called? A update. So we'll do that really fast.
No.
10 more minutes, but I do have a timer in there that shows her like how much time she has left, and I forget to set that. I did. I crashed it. They were like, "Oh man, you weren't supposed to bring this into this bathroom. No way." Yeah, that's my bad. Apparently I broke the game. Okay. I've definitely had that happen before, especially with indie games. I've had that happen before. Charlotte says Monument Valley will only take me one stream. And I hope she's right. I hope it doesn't take me twice as long to beat it as it took her. So that'll make me feel like if she can do it, I can do it. Okay. She loved both of them. And now she's playing Planet of Lana, which I think she's enjoying. I really enjoyed Planet of Lana. It was very different than I thought it was going to be. Very, very different. But once again, I went in blind. I don't watch trailers if I can help it. If somebody gives me a recommendation that I really... Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me either if it's like, well, this now, like, that also seems like a very Stanley Parable thing. I don't know where the last check mark was. Oh, yay. You know what? Oh, this is supposed to be a giant swimming pool. Okay, I got it. No, I gotta get up close. Ugh. Sorry. I don't think it can get any bigger than that. Oh, that worked! Yay! Whoa, look at these doors! I am a mouse. I am so small. Oh, we're going into the ducts. Is that where I just was? Oh, I see a door over there. We found the bouncy house. It is so teensy. Auden, ma'am, no. Oh, I see. I think I understand. Now I'm supposed to make it super giant. It's almost time to get out, Bubs. Oh, shoot. I'm not going to be able to get up on that, though. Oh, I did. Let's try 7 more minutes, love bug. Papa's out in the garage. You can wait 7 minutes. Can I grab it from here? Oh, I can! Oh my gosh, I can make it tiny. I'm a mouse. I'm so teensy. Oh, okay, that was a bad idea. See, she just talks to me over the whoa. She talks to me over the oh, I understand. Oh, do I? Auden, I'm playing a game called Superliminal. I know, I am inside the bouncy thing, but... Oh. Hey, it's Mactastic. Whoa, I'm having deja vu. I played this or watched someone play this exact spot. There's a glitch in the Matrix. I don't know. I have... Hey, it's Sword! Game's going okay. I'm making it. I am trying to make it. I can only play it for about an hour before it starts to give me a headache, though, unfortunately. I'm not really sure why, to be totally honest. I mean, like, I've played first-person games before, and they don't... How did I get in here before? I don't remember. Now I'm like way too big to get in that. Dang it. It's like, where's the right spot? Where can I jump? Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. And then, but I'm inside it, but I'm also... Okay, I have a question. What happens if we... Ow. Bill Burns, okay. I don't think I was supposed to do that. I think I was supposed to... make it huge. That's what happened last time, and then the game crashed. I mean, I don't mind first-person games, but I have found, I've understood this in playing this game, that if I don't have like an arm in the shot, like in Metroid Prime or in My Friendly Neighborhood or Halo or something, it starts to give me motion sickness. Unless I can turn the, how fast the camera moves. And this one, there's not much of a difference, or there's a way big difference between having the camera at the lowest and then the next setting is like 11. And so there's no like in between for me to slow it down. That's the only way I was able to play Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds made me feel kind of nauseous as well until I slowed the camera down. And then I was perfectly fine and I didn't have any issues. Oh, that's helpful. Yeah, please don't break reality. Like, there's only so much that you can do in this game. We know that it's kind of... Ah! That is a dream right there. Having that big giant thing fall down on you, I'm telling you. I'm confused, though, because... Okay, I'm supposed to get up to the second... Is what thing a baby? I'm supposed to get up to the second door. But I also... Well, I can't get on that either because it's... I'm so... Is the bigger you make... Oh, that's perfect. Yep, just like that. Oh, maybe not. I can't make that jump. Oh, and then it goes smaller. Dang it. Auden wouldn't have a clue what to do. She would try to tell me, though. She'd be like, Mama, just do this, or whatever. She would try to tell me. And I love my children, and I adore them, and I would walk through fire for them. But when I'm streaming, I'm like, this is some of the only time I get. And when I'm streaming, as much as I love streaming, it still kind of is working. I mean, I'm still on, like I'm on a camera. It's not just me just sitting totally relaxed playing a game on my own. You know what I mean? And it's my anti-quiet time. And that started when she started having her door open. And obviously the older she gets, you know, and I would say that she doesn't have to have the baby gate up. Honestly, I wish we had French doors. I wish that door was cut in half and you could open the top part of it. That's a lot of effort. I gotta stretch every time an ad happens because I don't want to. Where did my castle go? What? Oh, it is so teensy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's time to get out now. And it's partly my fault because I do have a time timer in there and I just forget because I have a million things to remember. And so I just forget to set it. There it goes. Yep. You'll have French doors in no time. That's what I saw that on a, I was watching, I don't know, Facebook Reels or something, and somebody had posted it that they were like, we don't do baby gates. We make all our doors French doors. And I was like, that's actually a really great idea, because then you have lots of freedom for how to open it or whatever. But I was like, that's so much work. Okay. You tell me if you like that game or not, and if you actually do like that game, then we can get it, okay? But only if it's a good game and you like it. I know, we don't even have a... Okay, so going inside here, I cannot get the scale right. Ugh. Okay, so going inside here puts us out here, but I can't even... But I can't even get out of this fan thing. So like, I feel like I'm making this probably more complicated than it needs to be. I feel like I'm playing the game Mad Gab, and I'm saying what I'm supposed to be hearing, but I can't hear it. And the people around me are going, you're saying it. And I'm like, but I can't, I don't know what I'm saying.
I love it.
You love the game? Okay, keep playing it and let me know if you still love it. Plus, if you try to walk through but only the top half opens, it makes for a great pratfall. Is this a towel? Paper? Towel. Paper towel? She's just playing a merge game. She's just playing it's almost like it's a claw machine, and there's this little thing up at the top, and you have to drop fruits down, but you can and then you have to try and get the fruits to merge with one another, and then when they merge, they become a different thing, and then your goal is to try and fill up the I don't know. It's like a merge game. I'd like to hear your suggestion, Cinnamon. What is your suggestion? I was gonna say flip the castle over, but I can't do that. I can only turn it. For some reason, I don't know why that was gonna help me. Here it comes. There it goes, and there it goes. There's some milk in the fridge that's about to go bad. And there it goes. That's one of my favorite King of the Hill lines. That's what the other game was, but then she said there was an ad that was scaring her. And it was $8 to get $9 to get rid of all the ads. And I was like, look, I'm not opposed to buying a game on the iPad for my toddler, but $9 for a game seems a little steep. When you get to the vent, grab the castle and put it on the top shelf thing across from you. Okay, I'll try that. I feel like I said, I feel like I'm making this too complicated, probably. Because you gotta be able to make this jump. But then you also gotta... Oh. No Man's Sky for 60. Yeah, you guys were talking about that the other day. I got Outer Worlds. That's what it was. I was like, I got something like that. Okay, well, maybe if I can get into the castle, that would be awesome. That would be great if I could do that. Oh, that's not right. Yeah. Okay, grab the castle and put it on like the second diving board. Grab it. Boop. Oh my gosh, Cinnamon, you're brilliant! Oh my gosh, you are so smart. I am square brain. Oh, you're so smart. I miss the old apps with less ads. I agree. I miss the days when it was just like you just bought an app and that was it. And there was no like subscription tiers or... Okay, if you love it, but you're not playing it. Oh, because there's an ad. Is that scary? Okay.
But I liked it.
But I love it. Okay, hold on. No, we're not gonna get that. That's called Snake Clash. That's not what we're interested. Okay, there you go. I'm willing to pay $4. Hey, Peanut, how are you?
I think the goal is to get this whale.
I think you're right. I miss the days when ads were like 99 cents and there were no ads, or you could buy the whole, because now every ad is free, so you can test it and then you have to pay to get the ads. And so they're never upfront with the cost. You always have to download the ad and then go inside the settings to see how much the app actually costs. It doesn't tell you upfront because it always says, you know, free, get the app, you know, and then it always says in-app purchases. It's so complicated. It's so complicated. And I know they have to make their money by pushing out ads, but like back when the apps store first came out, everybody made money from just selling apps. But the ones that were really successful just hit like critical mass, you know? Mud, you are not wrong. Like the amount of, like I got rid of YouTube Premium for about a month to test out Spotify because I was having issues. I don't remember what the deal was. I use YouTube Premium because I stream chill hop music for my streams and I don't want ads playing in my streams. And then my girls we can download music to their separate devices and then they can listen to their music offline. And then I can also listen to YouTube music while I'm streaming and, you know, they listen to it while they go to sleep and all that stuff. I also really love the ability of being able to download low quality YouTube videos to listen to as I'm taking my walks around the neighborhood. So like podcasts or like documentaries or whatever. I think that's enjoyable for me. But I got rid of it for like a month. YouTube was unusable for how many ads there were. I mean, the last time I'd used YouTube before ads was forever ago. I've had YouTube Premium for a while. It was borderline unusable. I was like, this is insane with the amount of ads. Not only are there ads playing before each video, but then they have auto ads playing in just the search results. And then they have ads playing while your video is playing, but they're quiet. They're just moving around at the bottom of the screen. It was crazy. I know, that's how I felt. And I was using Spotify and I actually ended up not really liking Spotify very much. And so I was like, I might as well just go back to YouTube Premium. And you can get just YouTube Music, which is just the music without the ads, for $2 less. But for $2 more, you don't get any ads in any of your YouTube videos. You can play it while in the background while your phone is doing other things. You can play it when the screen turns off. You can download things. To me, that is worth it because I learn piano songs through YouTube. My kids, both my girls use YouTube and I use it a lot. It's almost like I'm subscribing to a podcast kind of app, I guess, without any ads whatsoever. Because even in the podcast app, like even if I were to listen to podcasts, like if I were to listen to like NPR or like This American Life from NPR, I still get ads. Whereas with YouTube Premium, I can go back and I can download them and just listen to them ad-free while I'm walking around my neighborhood. And I've listened to some fascinating documentaries, absolutely fascinating documentaries. So to me, it's worth it. But yeah, YouTube without it is like, I can't, and I mean, I'm not saying I'm not saying no one should use it without YouTube Premium because obviously everybody has a different opinion of what is worth it to them to pay for. But man, I couldn't believe how many ads there were all over the place, everywhere.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly
Now there's
in improving the system
824.
for future patients.
Wait, is this an ad for YouTube Premium?
Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
Got it. I'm not trying to tell anybody else to use YouTube Premium. I'm simply saying that that's what I pay for music. The one thing that drives me nuts is that in the YouTube Music app, you can still have videos. And that irritates me a lot because that's not what I want for my girls. I want them to only be able to listen to music. I don't want them to be able to have access to videos. So that does irritate me. And that's why we switched to Spotify. But then I just didn't like Spotify very much. Oh, this is going to be a similar situation. Oh. Did YouTube Premium pay you to do this? Did YouTube pay you? No. I was just amazed at how many ads there were. It had been so long since I'd seen so many on YouTube. It's just wild. But this is the cost of social media, is that you... Well, can I move that? Can I move that? I can. Oh my gosh, Cinnamon was such a brilliant. Gotta back it up, Terry. I don't know if this is gonna work. Back it up, Terry, back it up! I say that all the time, and I don't think people get what I'm saying, but... Oh, no, dang it. Hey, it's Paladroon! It's so good to see you. This makes me think of Paladroon. Hey there, hi there, ho there, right? That's what my dad always says. Maybe if we just like shove it. No. Okay. I gotta back it up. Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse. I'm annoyed that Spotify has video now. Really? Oh, see, that's the whole reason we changed from YouTube video, because I was like, I don't want my kids to have access to videos. YouTube is traumatized. You guys, have you guys heard? I'm sure you probably have. But have you guys heard of the AI generated videos, like cat videos, that are traumatizing children? So this is a whole can of worms, and this is like a big, oh, that's how I make it smaller. That's right. But my sister told me, oh yeah, now we're gonna do it. I think it'll go up there, right? Where did it go? I don't even know where it went. Okay. Also, I feel like we're moving really slow. Anyway, there are these AI videos that are basically, my sister said that they were like cats. But they're like of horrible things happening to cats. Like they're getting sick, or they're getting hit by cars, or they're having babies and all the babies are stillborn or whatever. And like they're generated for kids. And they look like these really cute little cats. And then you get in there and you get in the video and they're like, oh my gosh. This is why I don't allow my children to watch YouTube ever. Oh, it looks like I'm walking around so slowly because everything is huge. That's why. Can I walk faster? Because I feel like I'm walking so slow. See, look, sensitivity, 11, 1, 11, 1, 11, 1. That's it. That's all there is. Yeah, so, apparently they're like traumatized, and YouTube has always had a history of like, they make these, I think this is to emulate that like moving in water feeling that you get in dreams when you're like trying to move fast, but you feel like you're like running through water. Yeah, I watched a TED Talk on YouTube videos and how you get these YouTube videos that are, that have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of views, and yeah, everything is in slow motion. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is taking forever. And they get billions of views, right? And so these companies want to capitalize on that, and they want to try to make their own of that video, but they have bots do it instead. And so then you maybe get another video that's similar, but it isn't bad, but it's similar. And you have like the Paw Patrol encouraging Elsa to brush her teeth and taking her to the dentist, okay? You've got like people that are playing with the toys and it's encouraging dental hygiene and whatnot. Great, right? Awesome. Charlotte used to watch videos like that. Perfectly fine. But then when you have bot after bot after bot try to replicate those videos, they become what I call Paper Jam Dipper from the Gravity Falls episode where Dipper copies himself like 8 times and one of them is jammed and this is one of those dreams where nothing ever gets closer. Are we getting closer? I think we are, but holy moly. And so, yeah, this is my life. Hey! I think we are getting closer, but man, are we taking a long... Yeah, Tyrone. That's where the yeah comes from. But he makes a copy of himself because they find in the Mystery Shack, he and Mabel find this copy machine that basically copies people. And so he makes a copy of himself. He makes like 7 copies of himself so he can try and dance with Wendy at the dance that's happening. Anyway, it's really silly. But Paper Jam Dipper is like this weird version of Dipper that's like... And so that's what I told Charlotte these YouTube videos are. They're basically Paper Jam Dipper videos that are... There's something off about them that you're like, this is weird and it's really uncanny and bizarre. And so that's how you go from these videos of like Elsa going to the dentist and getting her teeth worked on and being like, good job, Elsa, you took care of your teeth. To suddenly, literally 2 videos later, your kid is watching Elsa get all her teeth pulled out by the dentist or like Peppa Pig getting all her teeth pulled out from the dentist. And it's because it's these copies of copies of copies. And it's literally traumatizing children, traumatizing them. And it's only getting worse with AI. So I do not allow my kids to have unrestricted access to YouTube. Oh my gosh, how long does it take to get to this house? Padawan, how are you? There's a state of play later today? Oh, I didn't know that. Wake me when I'm there. Am I doing something wrong or is this like legit? I mean, I know I can pick it up, but like, oh. But it doesn't get any closer. Oh yeah, it kind of does. Oh, okay. Wow, I'm not smart. Yeah, it's a Peppa Pig from the front. Oh yeah, no. Okay, now I feel like we're kind of walking regular speed again. I am so small. Oh, did I not check the... No. Oh, that's why. I was like, why is my camera so bad? Okay, that's better. Function overloading. C++. 5 to 6 dreams is the absolute limit. What's the emergency protocol to the emergency protocol? Wow, this is what I feel like in an elevator. Meeting for Cardboard Lovers Association. Also, AI is feeding itself on AI content, so the hallucination becomes part of the thing. So you have next-gen hallucination from hallucination that are going to get hallucinated again. Oh, it's wild. It's so crazy. Speaking of hallucinations. Thanks, Bobby. You're right. I could pick it up. I was just like, I thought maybe I'd done something wrong, like the settings had gotten tweaked, but that's what dreams feel like sometimes. Okay. We're back at 3:00 a.m. Okay, well, my head is starting to hurt, and so we need to make the switch from this to Spyro, but we made it. We made it! Cinnamon helped me tremendously, and so did Bobby. Thanks, guys. Yeah, can you make the big house bigger? Like, I knew I could do that, but I feel like I tried that at the beginning, and it didn't really, I didn't feel like it helped, but, oh, whoops. Okay, let me switch my things really fast. Yep, ads are what make the world go round right now. Oh, I've heard wonderful things about Monument Valley. Monument Valley has 2 games, and then I think they're releasing a 3rd. It started out as a mobile game. It's a little puzzler. I've heard great things about it, and I haven't played either of them yet, but I let Charlotte, I lent both Monument Valley 1 and 2 to Charlotte, and she beat both of them and said that they were excellent, and she was like, you are gonna love these games. She said the second one's gonna make you cry, and I was like, oh, great. Of course it will. It's parenthood. Oh, it's out! Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Well, if I like them, then I'll have to get that 3rd one. I may actually have to just slow the camera down on Spyro too. I feel like I was getting like, ooh, yesterday because I was running around everywhere. Spyro has been great fun though. And I remember Scarecrow was like, was there a boss fight in there? Like I must have blinked. Yeah, the boss fights are very like, do you actually, they're like boss levels. It's not so much rooms, but it's like boss levels because you kind of follow them through the level. Okay, I have a question. Can we like... No. I was gonna say, can we slow it down? But I don't think we can. Control scheme. Oh, no, I don't need to change that now. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. There was the place, the place, there was a place I was at. Oh, this is where I started. Okay, I got it. Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, so also there was a while, do I cover PlayStation and Switch games? Oh, do I cover PlayStation and Switch games? You mean like, how do you mean cover them? You mean like I play them all or like, oh, this is inverted from Superliminal, is it? I don't know actually. I will play anything on anything. Was this a PS1 controller in the menu? Oh yeah, was there? Let me see. No, that looks like a PS4 controller. Yeah, because it's got the little dots on this thing right here. That's a PS4 controller. I play the most on my Switch. I prefer my Switch. I definitely prefer my Switch because of the, I like being able to play it in my bed. And I play it in handheld. Like, I love playing Hollow Knight in handheld. And I'm actually excited to play Silksong in handheld because I think I actually think I might do better. I don't know, I could be wrong. Well, that remains to be seen. Yeah, it had that little, like, I personally liked the look of the PS4 controller. I liked that kind of little screen on it. I really, really liked that. Although this one is don't they have an Astrobot controller now that has little eyes on it? I think so. Yeah, Monument Valley is supposed to be really good. Oh, I was saying that there were these YouTube videos, or I'm sorry, these weren't YouTube videos. I believe they might have been YouTube videos. I believe they were more Instagram, but maybe they were YouTube videos that were like cake decorating, cookie decorating. They were really, really nice. They were aesthetically pleasing. And kids would often stumble across them and they'd watch them because they were satisfying to watch aesthetically. But then the voiceovers, like kids would be watching these on, you know, with headphones on. And if you listened to what they were saying, the voiceovers happening over these really like nice, soothing videos were like, one day I was driving in the car with my mom and then we got in a car accident and this man came in the car and grabbed me and pulled me from the car and my mom was screaming after me and I couldn't get to my mom and the man took me into this crazy place. I mean, it was like horrifying experiences, traumatic experiences that these children were listening to or being subject to while they were watching these satisfying videos. Once again, I was like, and I tell Charlotte, I straight up am like, TikTok is poison. I will not ever let you have a TikTok if I can help it. Never. Because it's shortening our attention spans and it is only causing problems. And I understand that there's a lot of funny stuff on it, but for the most part, I do not think it is beneficial for anyone. And that's obviously just my opinion, but so Charlotte, of course, is like, yeah, TikTok's poison or whatever. And I'm like, it's just brain rot. A lot of it is just brain rot. Not all of it, but a lot of it is. Okay. Oh, this was the place that I was confused about because I did not know where to get the rest of it. I'm missing 50 coins and I'm missing an egg. So, egg I'm not as concerned about, but I think to myself, egg. Yes, indeed. Just wondering what systems you stream. Yeah, so I stream, I do not have an Xbox, but I have a Steam Deck, which I have a dock that I connect to so that I can put it on my little mini television here, and then my PC doesn't have to worry about running both the stream and the game. It depends on the game, but I have a Steam Deck, I have a Switch, and I have a PlayStation 5, and then I also have a Wii. It's red. Classic. It was the Mario special. I have the Metroid Prime trilogy on the Wii. Okay, where is the... What? I think you're drunk, Dragonfly. I do think you are drunk. Am I supposed to run into a wall or something? Like, how? No, I've done that. Oui. I have a Wii. I have a Wii. And whenever I stream it and I bring up the controllers to do something, there's inevitably somebody that's like, whoa, where did you get the red Wiimote? My mom got it for us for Christmas. I have so many questions. Oh, wait. Maybe not. How did I not see this? What? Oh my goodness. That's not it. That's not everything? Okay. Cool. Yay! It feels good to have the correct opinion. Wait, what opinion? Yeah, I know they have an Astrobot controller. It's really cute. It has like the eyes. Correct opinion. In my humble but correct opinion. Oh, about TikTok? Yeah. I think TikTok is terrible, but obviously that's my personal opinion, but I think we can all agree that it has definitely not really benefited society a lot. And while there are some really great things on there, it's the same as with any social media platform. It comes at a cost, and it's a time waster, and I really think social media is just is causing so much dissonance. Like, there's so many people. Oh, I wonder if maybe, oh wait, hold on. Like, it's not bringing us together. It's kind of causing more problems. I don't know. Well, social media is that way anyway, because what social media did was it gave everybody a platform. So even if people have totally unhinged ideas, oh yeah, where the heck am I? How does what? Oh, I understand. Okay. I keep pushing the run button like Horizon Zero Dawn. Nope, it's the wrong game. Social media is just, and I love social media to a degree, but I just can't. I do think it's really harmful for teens in particular. Oh, what? Oh, wow, I don't like you at all. So, That's my, and obviously things are going to change when Charlotte someday gets a phone and has actual like access to stuff like that, but I'm not in any hurry to give her a phone. Come on, it's worth it. No, it's not. How are you supposed to do that? What's he wearing? I don't have a Wii, but I do have a PS3. Ooh, I do have a PS3 too, but my controller's broken. Actually, it works, but the thumbstick was chewed off by my dog. Boo. Boo earns. Yeah, I mean, and anytime, like the internet can be wonderful, right? Of course it can be wonderful. But anytime you get something that's wonderful, there's always somebody that's going to break it and ruin it or make it, use it for sinister reasons. And, you know, and it sucks. And it sucks that I have to be extra careful around my, you know, with my kids and I have to, you know, they can't do the same things that I did. Wait a minute, where am I going? You know what? I'll just let these fairies take me where I'm going. It's Dad Bods and Arctic. PS3 too, so you have a PS5. Yes. I have a PS3 also, but like I said, one of the joysticks was chewed off by my dog, unfortunately. Woo! I am so close. And I think he has like my last... Yeah, I got it! Oh, does he have my last gem? Oh, no. All eggs found. I still don't have all the... 3? Are you kidding? Oh! Oh! That's because I... Yay! How do I get back there? Oh, yay. There they are. Sisters? Yeah, I mean, they technically are, but I just haven't. What do I have on my PS3? I have, well, I have Rayman Legends and Okami on my Switch now, but I have Limbo. I have a game called Sound Shapes that I'm almost positive is responsible for putting me in the hospital when I was pregnant. I'm pretty sure Sound Shapes is what gave me, like, vertigo. Because I was pregnant, and it even has that at the beginning, you know, flashing lights may cause whatever. I had vertigo for, oh, it was awful. Okay, where is the place that I go to get back home? I can't remember. That's the spider cave. You know what? Incidentally, there is a spider cave in Jack and Dexter. Spider caves. Is it over here? Not to mention videos like Manosphere lifestyle crap, which is just a grift targeting lost people, kind of like MLMs. Yep. It's just anybody has a platform, and unfortunately, everybody gets a platform, but not everybody has great ideas. And not everybody has everybody's best interest at heart either, because there are people that are grooming kids, and there are people that are you know, essentially, you know, talking people into spending all their savings. And there are people that are giving bad financial advice. And there are people that are giving bad marriage advice and bad, you know, there are so many great things about the internet. And if it were just the really great things, then I would be so on board with things like TikTok or whatever, if it was just the talented people, but it's not. Like I see really amazing things on... No, I've got the egg, right? I do have the egg. Okay, where am I trying to go? I don't remember where I'm trying. Oh, wait, I'm trying to go right in there. I remember because I ran into the wall. But it doesn't, it comes with, you know, when you get it, it comes with all that stuff. It comes with the good and the bad. And I've seen some things that I've really, really enjoyed, and I've seen some things that I've just been horrified by. So, you know, and obviously I want to keep my children safe, and I want to make sure that they're not being exposed to things that they shouldn't. But I just think I think social media has such power to bring people together, but sometimes I feel like it's for the wrong reasons. And I actually listened to a Yeah. People that try to scare you into buying random pills or powders for your health. These influencers, the whole influencer thing is really tricky. It's really tricky because while there are certainly a lot of people out there that have a lot of, like that are licensed and actually can give you advice and stuff, just because somebody has 1 million followers on TikTok or whatever does not mean that they know what they're talking about. It just means they're really good at marketing. So you just have to be really careful. I don't know how to open that. I forgot how to. I don't remember. Or like the life coaches. We've talked about this because this is part of the MLM thing, right? It's like, pay me this much money and I'll tell you how to better your life. But like, if you can't even get your own life together, then why would I trust you to get mine together? You know what I mean? Hey, it's Alcondros! Give me that. Cheap. How do I know I'm done with this place? Like, how do I know that I've done all the worlds here? Because I know I'm missing gems here, and I know a lot of them are in that chest, and I don't know where the chest is. I mean, this has been there before the internet. That's just worse now because scammers. That's true. Scammers have always been there, but social media and like the internet just gives them a wider. I've read somewhere, or no, maybe I heard somebody say this. I can't remember if it was, I can't remember, but it was like allowing your teenager to have social media in their room, like without you being in there, is basically like inviting predators straight in, just opening the door and just being like, come on in. You have to know what your kid is doing on their phone. You've got to know what they're accessing, who they're talking to. And I know that kids don't want to give that information, but it's such a dangerous, it's such a dangerous thing. And it makes me so nervous. The flight levels. Okay. Yeah. Predators or bullies. Freaks me out. And it definitely is more common for girls, but it is not just girls. I mean, it's girls and boys being bullied, being groomed, being, all that stuff. It's really, and this is heavy. But I just encourage knowing what your kid is doing and being aware of what's going on on your kid's phone and who they're talking to and what websites they're visiting and all that. And I know that seems like an infringement, or that seems like a breach of privacy for a kid, but at the same time, it's like, like I understand that it feels that way, but I need to make sure you're safe. And you cannot trust everybody that you meet on the internet. Oh man, I don't have any water here. Aw, darn. Let me stretch. Just taking advantage of people, on the internet, taking advantage of people and monetizing false information. That's really problematic. And I am very, very, I am personally anti-MLM because I've seen what it does. And I remember listening to that podcast about how taking a deep dive into MLMs and watching these, hearing from these people that went into debt over MLMs and stuff like that. And social media just made it even more common for people to, take advantage. They're really just being taken advantage of, and it's all just a scam. The only way you can really make money with an MLM is if you start it and then you have all the people underneath you. That's really the only way. But in doing that, you have to know that all these people are going into this business with you, like, to just lose money. So I don't know. I'm pretty. I guess I don't want to say anti-MLM because I understand that multi-level marketing can work, but it's only in very certain situations. And most of what is out there in the multi-level marketing market or the pyramid scheme market, even though they'll tell you it's not a pyramid scheme, if all your sales are coming from inside your company, if all your sales are coming from your employees, that's a scam. It's insane. Yeah, I'm very skeptical. And I've just experienced things with friends trying to get me to join and things like that. And like, It's insane. But what irritates me about it is the fact that they prey on people like myself that are like, man, my husband works so hard. I sure wish I could help pay some bills, but I'm home with the kids all day and I really can't find a job that's remote or flexible, but I would love to be able to help my husband not have to work so hard. It's never because they're like, I want to save up for a third car or a yacht, or I want to buy a private island. It's never like that. If you really get into the details of why these women, mostly women, join MLMs, it's because they want some financial freedom, but they want to be able to do it while they also stay home with their children. And it preys on people like that. And it sucks because it ends up just putting them in the hole. Cinnamon works for an MLM, like an actual company. So I have a different opinion, but I can totes see why you don't like MLMs. It depends on the company. Because I know that there are some companies that it works. But when you have like a company that is just saying, okay, well, go ahead and pay us this. And we've been scammed before too. Like we got scammed once by this wasn't an MLM, but we got scammed by a company that was like, yeah, we basically do rent to own properties. And it sounded too good to be true. Oh, he's on the defense. It's turning our swamp into an electrified junk heap. So get some gumbo. You need some gumbo. But anyway, they were like, yeah, you just pay us $200 and then we'll send you a list of all the homes that are available. And I was like, you can't just send us, we can't take a look at the list before we pay you $200. And I wanted it so desperately to work because we were looking to get out of the apartment we were in. And I was like, this makes sense. You just pay you pay them $200 and then they give you, well, at the time, I was like, this makes so much sense. It didn't make sense. Because it was like, why would you keep all of your information, like, why would you keep it all behind a paywall? That doesn't really make any sense. But so we did it. We paid the $200 and they sent us this list. And then we found out that like the rent was based, so it was people who basically were not keeping up with their mortgage. And so they needed help paying their mortgage or something like that. So they were going to be evicted or something. I don't remember. And they were like, well, we basically take how much the property is worth and we divide it by this and this and this. And we had just looked at one of the properties that was on their list. It was like a condo and they were charging like, I think it was like $1,100 a month for rent or something. And according to their logic, it was going to be like $200 a month for rent. And Ander was like, okay, so by your math, we would only be paying $200 a month for this property, and they couldn't answer our question. And that's when we knew we'd totally made a mistake. But I wanted it to work so badly because I thought maybe this was our way to get out of the apartment and into a bigger place. And I was like, well, it makes sense. We can just get into a rent to own property and then we can be in a house and then we'll be in a bigger place and we don't have to be in this tiny little apartment anymore. And we absolutely got scammed. And when we called them back and we're like, this isn't right. This is a scam. We want our money back. They were like, well, you can have your money back as long as you get letters from the homes that you have. We were supposed to like send letters to the houses, to the properties, asking if we could like, oh my gosh, now I don't even remember. A long story short, we did not get our money back. It was like $200. And even my friend that was a real estate agent was like, I would be very wary of this. I don't think this is legit, but there are certain things about it that can be legit. And there's certain things about it that may not be legit. But when I look at like MLMs, I also think of certain like I was saying, certain MLMs work and because obviously network marketing can work. Of course it can. But when you have a situation like when it becomes that culty kind of behavior where they're like cutting you off from people and being like, well, you don't need that kind of negativity in your life, that's when it gets a little scary. When it's like, this guy is ready for a one hit, one shot. If a company is gonna encourage you to be your best and be awesome and not have any and not try to like. They don't love bomb you, and they don't, somewhat? Sure. I don't know why you're asking me. Can you ask Sissy? I did get a list, but that was all we got. We did not get into a property. We did not. Oh, dang. Oh, that's right. You're in armor. But obviously there are tons and tons of MLMs out there. And so it's very, there are lots and lots of different ones. And some of them are successful. And in the podcast I listened to, you know, she interviews somebody that is high up in an MLM and actually does make money out of it and is successful with it. I mean, it's proof that it can work for the right type of person. And that certain ones actually can work, but then there are a lot of them that do not. I just remember going to the airport and coming home. I was in Utah, I was coming home and I was like, why does the airport smell like patchouli? And it's because there was a doTERRA convention. The whole airport smelled like patchouli oil. And I was like, this airport definitely does not normally smell like this. Like there is an airport smell and it's not this. And then I started seeing just doTERRA bags everywhere and I started laughing. I was like, of course. But yeah, doTERRA is really popular. I think Hugh Jackman's wife is into doTERRA or something. Yes, it takes a very, very specific type of person. And if people can be successful at it, I think that's great. I just think there are a lot of people out there that are like, I know how I'm going to make a lot of money. I'm going to come up with this business idea and then have everybody else under me do all the work. And then I'm going to be paid and then they're not going to be paid. You know what I mean? Not all of them are that way though. I almost joined one because I really liked the Jamberry nails, the Jamberry stickers. They were so cute and I got so many compliments on them from my clients and stuff. And I remember thinking, well, I just like them because I just like them. I like wearing them and they're really cute and I get compliments on them. And if I became a representative, then I could get possible commissions if any of my clients wanted to buy any of the Jamberry nail stickers. But I didn't end up going for it because I don't remember why. I think I ordered some and then some. I think my kind of dedication kind of fizzled, but that's just it. It takes a very certain person. Oh, did I not? Oh, I didn't really rescue anybody, so there's no saving anything. This level for some reason gives me very, very Jak and Daxter vibes. No, it gives me Crash vibes. Very, very Crash vibes. We need to rescue another dragon so I can save my progress. How did we even get talking about MLMs? I don't even remember. All I know is the YouTubes and social media can be really scary for kids anyway. And I just found that I just don't feel good when I'm scrolling through because I spend like an hour scrolling through all this stuff. And then I'm like, I don't feel any better. I might as well just read a book. Like I might as well or played a video game. And I feel like I would have done something, but I just don't even feel better. I think it was the decision for me to get rid of social media. Oh, there's a dragon. The decision for me to get rid of Facebook anyway, I'd gotten rid of Instagram a long time ago because it was just way too big of a time waster. But the decision for me came after Charlie Kirk was shot. I was really, really disappointed and horrified by all the reactions and the people celebrating it and everything. And I know that there were so many people that didn't agree with Charlie Kirk, but I had a really hard time with the people that were like, well, I didn't agree with what he said, but I don't feel like it's right to kill somebody. I was like, I don't even feel like we should need that beginning part. It's not right to kill somebody, period. But that's opening a can of worms, and I don't want to ruffle any feathers, but that's when I decided, I was like, this doesn't make me feel good, and I don't want to be ignorant, but I also don't need this going directly into my brain. And so I finally got rid of Facebook and was like, I just have to stay away. And for a while there, I feel like I was a little bit in like withdrawal. Like I was like, you know, I was struggling with what to do with my downtime. And there were times where I was like, I just don't want to think. I just want to sit here. But I found myself doing I figured out a way to do other things. And I don't really miss it as much anymore. If I need to use Facebook for church stuff or for, I don't know, look up reels or something, then I can do it on my computer. But then it's not as easily accessible on my phone, and I don't sit and waste my time on it. While I'm cooking dinner, I'd rather pick up my Switch and like play for a minute while my chicken is cooking instead of scrolling through social media. But I found some great things on social media, some great ideas, really funny videos that Andrew and I can laugh at. I find videos that I can watch with my girls and we laugh and laugh and laugh. But then there are also other aspects that I'm like, ugh. We'll be watching all these really fun videos and stuff, and then all of a sudden there will be a video of like a police body cam video of like a toddler being left alone in a house for like 5 days, and I'm like, oh, and then all of a sudden all the good feelings are gone, and then I'm a basket case for the rest of the day. And it happens like that. And so I was like, I can't do this anymore. I just can't. Oh, I saw that coming. Oh, I also saw that coming. Oh, no, I didn't. If I'd seen that coming, I would have. I need a chicken. Need myself a chicken. I saw some chickens at the beginning. Chicken. What's the guy in Fern Gully? Nutritious and delicious. Tastes like chicken. The baddie. Robin Williams. He's like, do we eat humans? They're nutritious and delicious. Tastes just like chicken. Baddie. Oh my gosh. Okay. Andrew is on social media a lot, but that's because he markets through it. And he was like, unfortunately, if you are a small business owner, you automatically have to be a content creator these days, because that's the only way to advertise. Bobby helped a Russian lady get baptized on my mission in Idaho. Turns out she's responsible for at least 75% of all doTERRA sales in Russia. Oh my gosh, good for her. Oh man, doTERRA's hitting up Russia. That's amazing. Yeah, I walked into the airport and was like, why does it smell like patchouli? And the only reason I know what patchouli smells like is because when I was doing facials at my at the spa I worked at, my very first spa I ever worked at in Austin, was an Aveda salon. And so they had like, you know, the bergamot and the patchouli, and they had the ylang ylang, and they had all these different things. And my thing was, when I did a facial, I always asked, I was like, part of the facial situation was I always asked them, I said, okay, I would pick 3 like oils basically, and at the beginning of the facial I would say, all right, so what I'm going to do is I'd get their hair all wrapped up in the little thing, and I'd be like, all right, I've picked 3 aromas for your facial today, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place my thumb on your forehead, and as I drag my thumb up your forehead, you're gonna inhale deeply, and you're gonna tell me which of the 3 aromas you prefer during your facial today. And I would usually pick 3 at the beginning of the day, and those are the ones I used during the whole thing. And I would take the little cap and put it underneath them. And so I had like underneath the nose while they inhaled, and I did that for years. So that's why I know what patchouli smells like. Personally, I'm not a fan of patchouli. I do like bergamot though. Bergamot smells good. I like bergamot. Ylang ylang was a little too sweet for me. When I get super distracted, I say, price check on prune juice, Bob. Price check on prune juice. Oh my gosh. I remember, Skybird says, I remember a scam email claiming that they saw me on my webcam while I was on my computer. One slight problem. I don't have a webcam on my computer.
Sure, but what I'd really like to do is get out of this swamp.
Sure. He's so cute. His voice acting is good too. They do a good job. I'm toasting everybody. Everybody out of my way. I don't like those guys. I do not like those guys at all. Those guys are obnoxious. Yeah, that was great. Huge job. Chickens. I have needed more chickens. Oh. No skydiving? Can you imagine skydiving into this bog? No, no bueno. No. Censoring for TT. I don't know what the fix is, because I don't think TikTok is going away. I know they already tried to ban it and they couldn't ban it because too many people. I don't really know what the situation was, but oh, I gotta get rid of you first. Okay. Got it. My dragonfly is on his last color. Sirs. Oh. Wow, this place is gigantic. And I'm not even paying attention to the map. I should be paying attention to the map, but I am not. There's a chicken! Yeah, Fern Gully was a great movie. It was great. And it might be free on YouTube right now, at least in the United States. I'm not really sure, but I watched it with my girls and it had been so long since I'd watched it. It's not so bad. It's not bad. It's pretty good. Easily the best part is Tim Curry singing Toxic Love while he's like drowning himself in pollution. It's great. It's great. Weirdly. I was like, this is a very interesting song to go with this, but okay. But he does a great job. I think Charlotte liked it, if I remember right. I think she liked it. I was afraid, I think his name is Hexus. I was afraid he was gonna freak her out, but I don't think he did. I think she was fine. Sometimes I feel like I am too much worried. I'm too worried about her and like what's gonna scare her. Like I said, because I've said before, because I was scared all the time as a kid because I saw things that I should not have seen, but I've done a good job at making sure she's not seeing, at least for the most part. As far as I know, I don't think she's ever come across, well, because I don't give her unrestricted access to, what was my skill point? What is the skill point? Do I have skill points in my... Oh, they even tell you what the skill points are? Oh. Oh, no, they don't. This is... Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, what? Oh, what was the one I did? Terrace Village, no electric floor damage. Is that where I am right now? Terrace Village? Muscle memory can be a problem. I'm playing Elite Dangerous and half trying to press the buttons for Star Citizen. I know when you're jumping back and forth between games. Oh yeah, this is Terrace Village. But I got electric floor damage like multiple times. How much? Did I? Okay, so we're looking for... Okay, so we got all the dragons. We're just looking for gems. I think it's more that you've given her a voice, so when she reaches thresholds, she can express them to you without fear of a reaction. Oh, you mean regarding like scary stuff? Oh, and you know what? That's true, because the other day, I think I say the other day, it was probably like 3 months ago, they were doing a brain rake or something, and a video came up that I had saved on my YouTube that was like interesting games that had really interesting premises or were some of the most unique games or whatever. And the very first game was Slitterhead, which was done by the same guy that did Silent Hill, I think. So, or part of them. Yeah, it technically is the other day, but Charlotte came in to me and like, I think as I was streaming, I think, she came in, or I heard, or maybe I was in here working or something, and I heard her go, "Bubby, we need to go. This is a scary movie or scary video," or something like that. And I was really proud of her because I was like, you know what? You could have like tried to turn it off, or you could have like just sat there and been like, "Mama, mama," you know, but she saw a problem and she got her sister and they got out. And I was really proud of her for that. Because some kids would just sit there and be like, that's what we did when I was a kid. When we were watching those things that my parents showed us that my parents put on and didn't realize that they were inappropriate for us, like scary inappropriate. We just sat there and we're just like, Mom! And by the time my mom came in, it was over. But Charlotte saw that problem, grabbed her sister and yeeted. She was like, let's go. I was really proud of her for that. There's gotta be another... I bet it's up, maybe. Okay, how do I get up? How do I get up? for a second, I saw this. I thought this was like a board. And in my head, I was like, oh, you can just grab that and make a ramp. Superliminal. I watched RoboCop when I was a kid and I turned out fine. Define fine, John. I'm just kidding. How do I get that? Oh, there's a... Oh, no, there's not. I thought there was a door up there. There, tis not. Tis not a door. I'm hypersensitive to it because I was always scared when I was a kid, but Charlotte hasn't ever seen anything, at least not to my knowledge. But yes, I try to be like, you can tell me that you watched something scary, and I'm not going to be like, oh, Charlotte, why did you do that? That was not a good choice. Just be like, okay, all right, well, we're scared now. All right, well, you can come sleep in our room or, you know, whatever. But she rarely ever needs to do that. I can't think of the last time she had a bad dream, thankfully. I just was scared so much as a kid. I grew up to appreciate a good yeah. I know even Audid can do that. Oh, I see it. It's up there on the top of that thing. Oh, I think I might understand, maybe, possibly. Maybe. It's like a long way. Oh, I can't get up here.
I understand.
That was from Portal, which, by the way, Charlotte was like, do you think I could play Portal? And I was like, dude, yes, and you'd love it. It might be hard, and you might struggle with it a little bit, but, like, you would love it. Portal's great. I highly recommend it. I knew that wasn't gonna work. The second yeah, okay. I think I made a mistake again. The hey. Like, I know where they are. Oh. Okay. Okay, I got this. Maybe, possibly. You'd have to find a way to mirror Portal 2 so Charlotte could learn to damn tag. I know. Need to make her a shirt. I saw a shirt the other day on, I think it was, oh, that's right. I can't, okay. No, it was a while ago on Facebook that said, probably just gonna jingle some of the way. I'm tired. And I was like, that shirt, or no, it was a sweater. I was like, that speaks to me on a spiritual level. Probably just gonna jingle some of the way because I'm tired. Have she ever done a full playthrough? No, she hasn't. She has not. How did I? Oh, okay, that's how. It's been a long time since she's played Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, actually. And I was thinking in my head, too, it's been a long time since I have played it. But see, I was hoping that I could get a Switch 2. And when I got the Switch, well, I will get a Switch 2. I just don't know when. Someday, when I get a Switch 2, I'd like to play Breath of the Wild and stream it. And I'd like to utilize the new little apps and things that they have and maybe have people, like, send me things. Or maybe do, like, a playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom and have people send me, like... Zonai things or whatever. I don't know. I thought that would be really fun, but I just don't know when I'm gonna get a Switch 2, so I'm not sure. Oh, I'm glad I didn't go over there. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, it depends on how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. I wanted them to, if they were all in the order, or like they were like multiples, I wanted it to be like boop 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 boop. Oh, yeah, maybe Charlotte should try that. I would love for her to try like the older Zelda games, like the Oracle games, which are great. And the cool thing about the Oracle games is the whole like secret thing. That's really cool. I love that they do. How the fruit are you guys still here? I don't understand.
Wow.
They gotta gear up. They gotta get ready. Oh, but I've already beaten them. Whoops. Oh. Yay! Level 100% complete. I love that. Makes me feel very accomplished indeed. It took me long enough. Good gracious, it took me long enough, but that's okay. We did it. We got there eventually. Almost 4 years since I played Majora's Mask. I still believe that if I had played Majora's Mask when I was younger and right after Ocarina of Time, I would have enjoyed it a lot more. But because I played it after I'd played all these other Zelda games that were just, in my opinion, so much better, it was like, there was no contest. It was like, this is cool, but like, it was kind of a drag for me, but all the mask switching and everything, it was wild. But I do appreciate what they were going for and the fact that they just went totally out of like away from all the linearity and all that stuff, or not linearity, but like it was the same formula, but it was still just, they just kind of, it's like they took a bunch of things and just pulled a bunch of things out of a hat and they were like, okay, cool, masks, yeah, time loop, great, weird dances, also great. They just ran with it, and you know, you gotta give them credit for that. So I would never say that it's a terrible game. I don't feel like it's a terrible game. It was just not my personal favorite. It's been a long time since I've played Twilight Princess as well, and I love Twilight Princess a lot, but I feel bad streaming it because I feel like it would be boring because like I've played it so many times before and I love it, but I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like it would be boring for viewers. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. It is in crowd control, but I'd have to get it. Pull out all the tropes jar, draw out 5. Yep. Yeah, I was talking to Andrew about this YouTube channel. It's called Cinema Therapy. I think I've mentioned it before. But it's this guy who's a member of the church that's a family therapist that loves movies, and he and his friend who works in the film industry sit and break down movie scenes or movie couples or whatever. And the episode I listened to today was group therapy, and the movie they were breaking down was K-pop Demon Hunters. And they were talking about how it's a really good example of group therapy at the very end when they kind of all come together, you know. Oh, tree top sounds fun, but also challenging. And how, you know, the idea of group therapy is to shelve your biases, put all your differences aside, and see a person that is worthy of love and support regardless of what they're struggling with and regardless of what you are struggling with or whatever. And that's how, and I'm obviously paraphrasing and I'm probably doing a really bad job, but I just listened to it today while I was out on my walk. And it was fascinating. It was really fascinating. And they, you know, they broke. Whoa. Look at him. He's like, oh, hold on. Did you just chuck bananas at me? How? And I can't burn the, he's like, yeah, I did it. He's so big that his little legs are just dangling in the air. But anyway, Andrew was like, that is so many random things to put together. Member of the church? Check. Family therapist? Check. Group therapy? Check. Movies? Check. Like, so many weird things to bring into that. And I was like, yeah, I guess that was kind of a weird way to preface that, but that's what his channel is. It's called Cinema Therapy. I haven't watched all of his videos, or I haven't watched a whole lot of his videos, but I did watch the one on K-pop Demon Hunters today, and I really liked it. I thought it was cool the way he broke it down, and broke down like what the struggles are of each girl and why the ending matters, and you know, all of this stuff. And obviously everybody can kind of sort of take for, yeah, either a randomizer or, you know what's funny about Pac-Man, John, is Charlotte has this website she taught me about that she used to use at school. It's called coolmathgames.com, and they have like a math Pac-Man. She won't play it. Her favorite is the duck multiplication game, which I love. It's a pixelated game, and it's literally just this little duck. It's a platformer, and all you can do is all you can do is just move side to side and jump. And you have to, there are multiple multiplication problems up in the top left corner, and you have to get, and the numbers are strewn throughout the level. And you have to get the answers to each multiplication problem in order before you can get the key to unlock the door, but you're timed. And it's great multiplication practice for her, and she loves it. It's like one of her favorite little things to do. If we've exhausted our, oh, I guess we're just, okay. I don't know where to go unless there's a super, okay, or we're starting over at the beginning. This reminds me of fighting orangutans at a state fair. You could just walk in and fight it. The orangutan apparently kept knocking people out. Oh, I did not go this way. I think it's funny that you can not cook the bananas, but you can cook the dudes. It's been a while since we've got a key, honestly. Boop. Yeah, I didn't know where to fly. I shall be here for any Twilight. I love Twilight Princess so much. And I have thought about that. I've never done a randomizer before. I don't really understand how it works. I've never done one before, but I am not opposed to it. I just don't. It seems in my head, it seems like a lot of work. And maybe I'm wrong. It might not be, but in my head, I'm like, oh, that takes so much like setup. And I gotta do all these things, and I gotta do the thing and make the thing happen. Hey, it's JR! How's it going, JR? JR is here, so we rescued Lyle. Lyle.
Greetings, Spyro. For an amazing tour of the treetops, don't just stop at one supercharge.
Hey, it's Marmike. We actually planned with my sister to make Zelda game nights with location-inspired food. That sounds like a blast. Sounds like something I should do with my girls. Both of them have appreciation for Zelda, for sure. Even Auden will be like, that's Link, if she sees him on the screen. But yeah, it's been a long time since Charlotte has played any Zelda game. She beat Echoes of Wisdom on her own. I was really proud of her for that. Really, really proud of her. It's only a matter of time until I introduce her to Metroid. Maybe she could play Metroid Prime. I've got it remastered on the Switch. Pumpkin fish soup. I love when he takes it from you, he just like pushes you down. He's like, ah, and he just pushes you down. Steals the pumpkin from you. Yeah, Twilight Princess is one of my favorites. It's my favorite of like the linear Zelda games. But I feel like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild are... Speaking of pumpkins, was that a pumpkin? No, those were bananas. I don't think she has played anything first person. I'm in the treetops. How far am I, if I can ask? Like how many worlds are there? I didn't realize there was a, oh yeah, it looked like a pumpkin. I thought a pumpkin came rolling at me. 'Twas no pumpkin. 'Twas a banana. Oh, and I see a thing over there with a dragon. After this one, there are 2 more? Okay. Excellent. I thought that was a kiwi bird. That's a chicken. Have you guys ever heard the sounds kiwi birds make? Nightmare fuel. Absolute nightmare fuel. I had no idea. They are scary. I can't imagine hearing that sound in the middle of the night somewhere. That'd be so scary. Marmike is so excited to play the replay of Zelda games. I'm going to play them all 100%, the single player games anyway, and writing a retrospective of them. Are you going to stream them? Zelda bringing us together. Excellent idea. Oh, this is a super thing? That is too curved for my liking for this to be a super thing. Okay. Don't just stop at one supercharge, Spyro. No siree. I wish I could stream them, but I have no way of streaming them. That's true. Every single Zelda. Wow, that was really close. Every single Zelda game means, yeah, you'd have to. There would be some finagling, fanoodling. You know what? I played the original. I'm sorry, did I not get a key to this? Oh, that's not a key one. I played the original Zelda and it was hard and I did not love it. I'm glad I played it though. I'm glad I played it and I'm glad I streamed it. It gave me some great YouTube content. It was very fun. All the shorts and like highlights and stuff I made me laugh. They still make me laugh when I watch them because I am sort of unhinged when I stream. Even Charlotte was watching some of my Silk Song shorts the other day and she was like, these are so wild to watch. And I was like, I know, my brain does weird things when I can't be held responsible. Sometimes I just say things. Wait, what? Oh, I'm supposed to. I heard a monkey. Oh, Lord. And I got an extra guy. I had a friend back in the day who called them free men. She was like, oh, look, there's a free man. And I was like, there's a what? And she was like, a free man, see? And she pointed to the extra guy on screen and I was like, you mean an extra guy? And she goes, oh, yeah, well, yeah, but it's a free man. And I was like, it's one I've never heard before. Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Majora's Mask. You know what? I remember going to the Zelda concert and sitting next to this girl and asking her what her favorite Zelda game was. And she was like, oh, I was, obviously this is me. I was fully expecting her to be like, yeah, Twilight Princess, because that's my favorite. And she was like, I think it's probably, and at the time I'd never played Wind Waker. And she was like, oh, I'd say it's probably Wind Waker. Really? What? Not that I'm judging anybody, but I was totally taken aback. Sure she didn't spot Morgan Freeman. The Dark Souls Zelda, yes. I am so turned around in this area hangout. I know it's linear for the most part, but like, man, I am really turned around. And there are not a lot of... Okay, but it does save the... I don't know if these guys are orangutans, but it doesn't matter. Okay, I gotta stretch. I know! Why would you not share my same opinion? Obviously, I'm right. No, I'd never played Wind Waker. And to be totally honest, I think if I had played Wind Waker when it first came out, before Twilight Princess, I probably would have enjoyed that one more too. But playing it after Twilight Princess, I was just like, yeah, but in Twilight Princess, although Wind Waker gave me one of my favorite Zelda songs ever, which I have a hard time humming because the melody's kind of all over the place, but it's the whole or however that goes. That's one of my favorite game. Like, I loved the soundtrack in it. And I also loved hearing the little, like, the little Korok practicing behind the waterfall. That was really cute. Oh, and it gave us Dragon Roo Style. We can't forget Dragon Roo Style. No, because that went on to give us, like, one of the greatest boss soundtracks in the whole franchise. So, I mean... I just got really tired in Wind Waker of having to change the direction of the wind all the time. Am I supposed to run into that? I am supposed to run into that. Not the wall, but that. Wind Waker was actually the first Zelda game I played and beat. I'm also thinking of ranking every single dungeon. Do it. We need that. We need that. I need to see what dungeons you rank. That's a lot of dungeons, like Godspeed. But that's so many dungeons. What was my least favorite dungeon in a Zelda game? I mean, what level 6 in Zelda number 1. Which I went to without the magic sword. So that was user error, but still. I hated that place so much. So this sets me... Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. This is a different super track. Or whatever it's called. Oh, and the Courage the Cowardly Dog game finally has like a release date. Which makes me laugh. It looks spooky. I mean, like, Courage the Cowardly Dog was not for the weak of heart. Courage. Okay, where, how does this? Okay. I don't want to have to, That doesn't get you up there, though. There's no way. That does not get you up there. There's no way. And then this only sends you over there. Yeah, that doesn't give you enough lift. I do like this music. This is probably the most jammin' I've heard. Something tells me I'm not gonna 100% this level. Okay, is this where oh, this is where I started. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Supercharge? Oh. Oh. Okay, I went that way last time. This way has a dude, has a fellow, has two lads. He's like, yeah, bullseye. Ride like the wind, bullseye. I feel kind of bad. Messing them all up, waking them all up. There's my locked one. And there's a chicken. I needed that. Okay, this is promising. 2 supercharge, supercharge. Oh, yay. Hold on, let me get these. And then twill save. Supercharge. Wind Waker was Scarecrow's second favorite after Ocarina of Time.
At the end of a supercharge ramp, you can really go far. I'm all over it.
I can go far, but I don't go high. Okay. I need to get over there. Oh. Okay. Then was Breath of the Wild, and to be honest, I'm a Breath of the Wild fan first and a Zelda franchise fan second. I know, right? That's how I feel. That's a good way of putting it. It's like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom did something to me inside that the Zelda franchise never did. Are you kidding? I jumped? Okay, so you can break those with a supercharge. I don't know if I'm gonna... Okay. Run as fast as you can. Can't catch me on the gingerbread man. Oh, you're supposed to navigate... Oh, what? Oh, you know what? This is fine, because this is gonna start me up at the beginning. Yay! Oh, maybe it's not. Oh, yeah, it is. So this... Oh no, this starts me... Wait a minute. Oh yeah, right here. So I'm supposed to run this way. And I lost it again. So I'm supposed to run all the way down here and then I'm supposed to jump up these stairs, and then hit this one? There's no way. I can't do that. I'm gonna try a couple times. Susie falls to her death. Yeah, I do that a lot. Have I gotten all the dragons? No. Oh, that's right, because there's one up there, isn't... Wait, where's the third one? I've only rescued 2? Boo earns. I thought I had rescued 3. How do we get back to the... Wow. This one is long and crazy. My brother is a huge Zelda fan. He was the one who got me into it, but he hated Breath of the Wild, mainly due to how you lose weapons easily and even how the Master Sword isn't infinite. I know that was a big complaint with a lot of people. I didn't mind it. Although I did think it was kind of funny that in order to just like hit a switch in a shrine with an arrow, your bow could break. That was a little obnoxious to me, but ultimately I really enjoyed it. I loved it, and it absolutely like changed my life. I loved it. And then Tears of the Kingdom just turned everything up to 11, much like Silksong did for Hollow Knight, and Horizon Forbidden West did for the Horizon Zero Dawn series. I don't think I can do this. How do you do that? There's no way to do that because I can't turn fast enough. And Tears of the Kingdom brought me the joy of interacting with John. It's true. Tears of the Kingdom brought me the joy of interacting with almost everybody here. Oh, Portal 2. Oh yeah, and Portal 2, that's a good point, because Portal 2 also, Portal 1 was great, but Portal 2 just took everything that was great about it and just made it even better. That's a very good point. I think this design is dumb. But I haven't even found the third dragon? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. I know that he's up there. Where's the other dragon, though? I can't even turn the camera around for that. I can't tell if the other dragon is up there. Is he up there? I don't see him. I did like how Tears of the Kingdom felt like old school Zelda with its dungeons. Breath of the Wild's dungeons were just the divine beasts, and aside from the puzzles, they were visually similar. That's true. I didn't mind them. Oh my gosh, I loved it so much. I just love it with all my heart. I was gonna say young girl heart, but that's not true. I'm not that young anymore. There's another. I don't think there's a dragon over there. Oh. Okay, hold on. Let's go over. I must be using the wrong super charge tracks. Maybe. You know what I am always really proud of myself when I do? I am really proud of myself when I actually eat something before I stream. It makes a big difference. I am always very proud of myself when I do that. I wish I could zoom, but I can't zoom. I don't think there's a dragon up there. I don't think there's a dragon up there. I think the dragon is... somewhere else. But I don't think it's up there. That's where I came in. Yeah, I don't see a dragon over there. The island on the far west. Got it. So I'm headed in the right direction. Oh, I feel like I saw him. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. How do I get over there? Okay, run. What? How the hey do you? It is so far over there. It's a pure test of your supercharged skills. Yay, sustenance. Yeah, yesterday I got a headache while I was playing Spyro too. Turns out it's because I just hadn't eaten anything. Who would have thought? Amazing. Well, if I go 3 ramps, there's no way. Especially if I do that. You really have to check your surroundings, know where to turn and which ramp to jump off of. Well, I really don't. I feel like they should have added the ramp directions to the... Is that one? Right there in front of me? Is that a supercharged ramp or is that just a regular ramp? Oh, I forgot to hit the jump button. My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. Oh, I'm running out of guys. But you can't... I don't want to leave without this dragon. This is the first time that I've ever done a level where I can't get the dragon. Oh, that was better. Ooh. Oh. Okay, so I run. And then I run again. Then I run again. Oh, and I can hit that. I'll bet you have to start from the very beginning. That's annoying. How many? Oh, you can. 90s games are just hard. Oh no, wait, this goes the opposite direction. Never mind. This is not one that you have to start from the beginning from. It would be really nice to see them on the map so I know which ones, where they are and which directions they go. That would be awesome. Oh. This is a challenge for me. Yeah, I went off of I could tell that I needed to go to the right, but I couldn't come around. I need to go off to the right. But that sucks that there's no way for you to go back. So when you make the run, it's like, that's it. All right, now you got to navigate through the whole thing again. Wait a minute. Did I go the right? I don't think I did. I don't think I went the right direction. I have to go through the windows. Got it. I don't mind so much about... If I'm obviously struggling, Backsini is okay. But in Silksong, it was very much like, please do not tell me how to play this game, even if I'm struggling. Because I know I'm struggling. Yeah, so you need to jump off of Wait a minute. But like, how? Oh. 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 There's this little mini ramp right here. Okay. So then how do I get to that mini ramp? Wait, that one right there? Is that one? I don't even, I can't remember. Oh, it's like one of those situations in, okay. Dang it. I know. I am so lost. I'm trying to figure out where the ramps meet up. It would have been nice if they had added... No, wait. This is where I just was. But that is not a super ramp, right? No, that is not. Okay. Oh, man. I don't remember... I can't remember the layout. I can't remember where everything goes. At least there are no baddies. No more baddies. Ugh. Okay. How does one... Oh, I missed it. Yeah! Hit it! Hit the log! Dang it. Did you get all the dragons in this level, Mac? That last dragon, man. Wow. Okay, that is the ramp I need to go on right there to get to that dragon. I did. I sure did. I didn't mean hit it with your face, Spyro. Yeah, there's no way I can make that turn fast enough to, like, come in here. If I just know... If I just can figure out what supercharge place I need to use to get to that... Oh, I can... Okay, let's see. I think I might know where it is, looking at the minimap. This game, this level ramped up the difficulty, like, a lot for like how hard it is to get everything else, like, in the rest of the game. I feel like this game totally ramped up the difficulty just for this last dragon. It's like all of a sudden, this game is just extra mega, super mega hyper boost hard. Oh, no, wait. That's where I just came from. That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay. Where are the windows? Stratlog! How are you? Happy Tuesday. Oh, I'm supposed to go this way. Okay, I think I understand, maybe. Oh, maybe not. Okay, this goes up, up, up. Wait, what? Where does this go? You are supposed to run all of this while supercharged, aren't ya? Ain't ya? But I can't. I can't do it. I can't. Oh. That, oh, what? I think I'm supposed to supercharge this. And then you're supposed to jump over those things. Got it. I did not. This is the first time I've ever played it. I'm gonna lose all my dudes, all my free men. My free dragons. I'm gonna lose all my, yeah, I'm at 0. This is it, Spyro. This is it. This is your final chance. Don't mess it up. It reminds me of the music that da, 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 da. It reminds me of Walk Like an Egyptian. Okay, well, I will probably die and lose my free dragons. Oh, wait. I don't like this level, guys. I mean, I do see it, but it still is hard. I don't know how to do it. I don't think I can do what I thought I could do. You're supposed to turn right after you jump off that ramp. The ramp I just jumped off of? I don't even remember which ramp I just jumped off of. Okay. The struggle bus, all aboard! The struggle bus! What time is it? It's 3:41! Okay. I need signs. Jump here, turn here. Either way, I'm totally not gonna do it with just one free dragon, one fellow dragon. I think the crash booklets called them the extra life, so that's what I learned. Yeah, see, I always thought of them as extra lives, but like I said, I had a friend that called them free man. And I was like, what? But anyway, whatever. I'm not gonna gatekeep, it's fine. It's fine. You call it what you want. Whatever makes sense. Okay, so now I'm up here, but that doesn't do me any good because there is no... Extra lives, 1-ups, potato. Yeah. Oh, potato, tomato. I don't get it. It is a mystery to me. Like, I kind of do, but I don't. And I'm annoyed that I have to take... I have to take all this time. I'm gonna have to come back to this. There's no way I'm gonna do this with one free man. One dragon man. I legitimately don't. I'm gonna have to use the Googs, the YouTubes. Okay, so there is a supercharge one right here, but that doesn't help me. Is this the one I'm supposed to turn immediately after? Oh! I'm supposed to jump. I'm supposed to jump over those things, right? Right? From this super thing. Oh, no, I can't reach those. Okay, well, this is up on this tower. This is gonna come hell or high water. This is my final guy. You're supposed to jump to that walkway on the right tree. Oh. Oh, all the way over there? Okay, let's see if I can do that. Ready? This is gonna be bad. Not with that attitude, Susie. Yeah. Do you see? Do you see that tiny little log? That stopped me. So I'm supposed to run as fast as I can. Run. Jump over those. Oh, well, I didn't die, so there's that. That is a good situation. Is it? I don't know. This is a struggle bus, and I am all over it. And then you jump there, and then there's the... Okay. All right. So I gotta be... How did I even get up there? I think it was through the window. I semi know the path. Semi. Wait, was it up here? I'd be willing to bet that that piece of geometry wasn't in the original. I would think so. I don't know, maybe. Oh, it's that one right there, right? The one that's on the thing. I think that's the one that I'm supposed to jump off of. Yeah. It's like all of a sudden this game is like, look at this really cute, fun, easy game for kids. Until you get to this dragon. And then it is fire and brimstone. Okay. Oh. Oh, no, I missed it. Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah. Dang it. He's so sad. I knew what I was doing until I jumped. And then I was like, yes, we are going forward. No, we're not. Wow, that was crazy. And now I have to kill all the baddies over again. I'm going to save that for a different stream. Not today. And in order for me to get all the way... Oh my gosh. He just annihilated that chicken. Just cooked it. Oh, no, wait. This is... I'm sorry. I'm not in Misty Bog or Treetops anymore. Okay. I was going to give it a... What have I done? We don't talk about Bruno, no. We don't talk about Bruno. I've only rescued one guy here. Okay, we have Misty Bog. Nope. Have not done Misty Bog, which sounds very much like a Jak and Daxter name. And then I haven't done the boss, and I don't really do the flight levels because I'm terrible at them. Like, really terrible, and they just kind of make me angry. So, I mean, it is what it is. But it's almost 4 o'clock anyway, and since I take a minute to sign off, this is probably a good time for me to leave it. I may try that off stream. Ugh, that was so frustrating. I'll get it. It's not just me. Okay, that makes me feel better. Makes me feel a lot better. All right, this is gonna be it for me today, and I don't stream on Wednesdays anymore. So tomorrow is my day off. We do homeschool group with friends, but then I'll be back on Thursday, and we will do more Superliminal, more Spyro, and then on Friday, that's true. I did spend more time on ramps, and I only tried one flight level. I don't know if I'm going to go back to the ramps yet. The ramps, that was something. But on Friday, we will either do a guess the game scene, or I'll look through the... Oh my gosh, I never took a nap today. I'll look through the Switch store and like the PlayStation store and see... Oh, wow, VT, that's a lot of pieces. That's a lot of Lego pieces. Wow, you can really dance. The flights are easier? Oh. If you get a chance to look at the eShop bargains and whatnot, let me know, and I can chuck a poll on Discord. Okay, yeah, I'll look at the eShop, or I'll go through Deku Deals, because Deku Deals, you can look at PlayStation and Steam and Nintendo Switch, which is awesome. And I'll just set it to literally like $3 and under and see what I can find, because I know there are some inappropriate games out there, but I'd like to ping pong back and forth and do Guess the Game one Friday, super cheap game the next Friday, and ping pong back and forth. But maybe the super cheap games isn't going to be very fun. I don't really know. We'll just kind of, only time will tell. We'll just have to see. But as always, I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out today. as I was watching this, or as I was listening to this cinema therapy video today, he said some really interesting things about therapy. And I haven't been in therapy a lot in my life. I have had therapists before, but I haven't had very many. I did do a little bit of therapy when my parents were divorcing. And then I did do some therapy when my mom was living with us. It was during the lockdown. It was when I was pregnant and everything was crazy.
Tuesday,
But it's Tuesday. Chains arrived on Tuesday. How's it going, Chain? And we got a pupper. This a poopin'. But I was, wow. But I haven't experienced a lot of therapy in my life, but the experiences I have had have been relatively positive, I think. The one was the, group therapy. It's time. And obviously I'm not a professional and I don't have the tools. I don't have the professional tools to help anybody really through like the deepest, darkest times of their lives. But as I was listening to this today, it just kind of got me thinking about two things that stuck out to me. So one of the things that he said that kind of struck me was he said, it was the scene when in K-pop Demon Hunters when they're all screaming and they're like, yeah, send those disgusting demons back to the depths where they belong. And it's like the anime faces and it's really funny. And it's really, really silly, but he made a remark that was really interesting to me. He said, hate is very unifying, but it's only unifying. It's not unifying for forever. And that really, really struck me because I think a lot of, and going back to our conversation about social media and everything today there are a lot of people, not everybody, but there are a lot of people that feel like things are very black and white. And it's very much like, well, you're either with this or you're not. And if you're not, then we can't, and I understand that everybody has their threshold and everybody has their opinions and everybody has their like, I just cannot support this, or whatever that may be. And I respect that. But when it comes down to, trying to be all human beings on this earth and sharing this earth together, hate can be unifying, but it's never unifying forever. And that's kind of problematic when like it's unifying, but love can also be unifying. And unifying through being unified through love lasts much longer and does much more good than being unified through hate. And on one hand, he was like, I understand that they're like, this is the Saja boys and we're trying to save all the human souls and all this stuff. But because of what was going on inside their group and because of what was going on inside Rumi and all that stuff and all those problems, it was like, yeah, we're just gonna hate and come together through our hatred of this thing. And I just think that can be a really slippery slope. And I'm not saying that is necessarily wrong in and of itself, because there is something to be said about coming together and unifying and rising above something. But I think it just can create kind of a slippery slope to lose integrity sometimes and be kind of blinded to like what we're unifying for. And so that struck me. With just a lot of the divisiveness in social media and a lot of the like, it's me versus them, it's us versus them kind of mentality. And then another thing he said was, you will be more help to people in your unbroken state than you ever were in your facade. So whatever it is you're projecting, like Rumi was obviously projecting that she was fine and everything was fine. And even her friends were doing the same thing. Everybody had these faults and fears, but they didn't want to let them, they didn't want to show them. But it's kind of the same idea of you will always learn more through failure than you ever do through succeeding. And so it just kind of struck me and got me thinking about how hard it is to be vulnerable and how hard it is to allow yourself to, one of the things that, and this is obviously spoilers, but I think most of us here have seen it. One of the things, if you remember, is that they're not upset with her because she has patterns. They're upset because she lied and because she didn't tell them and let them. She made the decision for them. She basically said no for them instead of giving them a chance to be like, hey, we can work through this and it's going to be okay. And the point of group therapy is to be like, yeah, well, we can really get things done and be amazing when things are great. But what about when things aren't great? Because everybody is going to go through a hard time in their lives. And we need to be able to work together even when things aren't perfect or even when things aren't good, you know? And it was just an interesting website. And I can post it on the or a website, an interesting episode. Because obviously I have a lot of love for K-pop Demon Hunters for just kind of the story and the uniqueness of it and the refreshing. They raise their blades after she shows the possibility of getting, like, she gets angry and like everything kind of echoes. And I feel like they talk about that too. They say, I don't believe that they raise their blades because she wasn't scary until then. And then all of a sudden they were preparing themselves for what they thought might come. And that's one of the reasons Zoe closes her eyes when she pulls her things, or when she pulls her weapons out, I think, is because she's like, I don't want to have to do this, but I'm preparing myself for what could come, you know? But they don't attack. They let her run away and walk away. But I was really struck by the fact that they don't say you're part demon. It's, how could we be together if we can't tell your truth from your lies? And then the guy in the video was saying that oftentimes that is how real life plays out, because a facade can only be a facade for so long. Eventually, even if it's years and years and years and years and years, it will break down or it will crack or whatever, or you'll be caught in it. And this is why telling the truth is so important, because then you get to control how you tell it and when you tell it, instead of it coming out in a way that you didn't ever mean for that to happen. And so he said, you know, I believe that true relationships and friendships are really built on truth and trusting one another and being able to be vulnerable with those people. And if you are vulnerable with somebody that you really have, you know, that you think will support you, and then they don't, as hard and painful as that is not your person. And that person is not willing to be with you through your darkest times. And that's not your person, or those aren't your people. And that's painful, but it's probably a better outcome than being around people that won't support you in your darkest times, if that makes sense. And so it just got me thinking, and I just thought of, you know, just kind of how divisive the world can be, and how social media definitely generates a lot of, it shows us algorithms that pit us against each other. And that is really disheartening to me. And I sometimes have to like try not to think about it, because it breaks my heart, because I don't want that for anyone. And I just, and the main point of group therapy is to like I said earlier, shelve your biases, shelve your pride, shelve all that stuff, and see before you a person that is worthy of love, whether they're struggling or not. And so that is kind of what I want to leave at the end of this stream today, just because it kind of struck me, was that everybody is worth love and support, regardless of whatever they're going through. And this whole idea of like, well, if you knew the real me, you wouldn't love me the same way or whatever. And, you know, that's a really tragic way of looking at your life, because you should be able to be around people that are going to help you in your hard times, help you in your good times, but also help you in your hard times. And so every single person here, and every single person, I believe, is a person that is worthy of love and appreciation and support, even in their darkest times. And I hope that this community can be that for some people. And I also hope you have that in your own personal lives. And if you do feel like you're in like super dark time that you have a hard time getting out of, I really hope you can find the support and the help that you need, because I know there are a lot of people that are struggling, and I hope you can find the support you need. But just know that you know, we have enough people in this community that somebody is struggling deeply with something, and I don't know who you are, and I don't know what it is, and I don't need to know. I'm not a professional. I don't need to know. But for anybody that is experiencing that, I just want you to know that you are absolutely, I don't feel like there's anything people can do that makes them not worthy of love from others. I mean, somebody may do something that I disagree with, but that doesn't mean that they don't deserve like to be loved as a human being. And that doesn't mean that their life isn't important. Are there heinous decisions people make sometimes? Yes, there are. But I think it is possible to love somebody and try to be there for them, even if they're struggling with something that's really, really hard, you know? So I feel like I've kind of gone off on a lot of like different things because I can't remember exactly all the things they said in that video, but it just struck me today and it got me thinking about everybody in this community and all the people in like my ward, like my church congregation and stuff, you know, big groups of people, because there are inevitably going to be people that are struggling and suffering. And I really hope that you're not just, I hope that you don't suffer in silence because you feel like that's all you deserve. Because everybody deserves some sort of support system and everybody deserves love and to be in a, you know, to have some support, even if it's just one or two other people to be like, you know, we're going to make it through this and I'm going to help you through this because I care about you as a person. So, hey, it's Memo. Anyway, we do oftentimes like at church, you know, when I'm at these extra meetings, like ward council, where like the presidents of all the organizations get together, we always have like a spiritual thought to kind of help us like feel like in the moment and like feel like we're kind of in like a spiritual frame of mind. And so I guess that is kind of my spiritual thought for today is just it reiterates what I always say anyway, that you are important and that you matter and that we all go through dark times, but we all will always go through good times too. There's this way in life and, you know, it's going to happen to all of us, but it doesn't make you any less deserving of support and love. I believe life is important and I support life and I love people and I don't want people to suffer, especially not in silence. And people are going to go through crappy times anyway, but I don't know. There's somebody in our community that's struggling, if not more. And I don't, like I said, I don't know who you are, but I really hope that you can find the support you need. Or you might not always be the right person to support them. If they are negatively affecting your life, that goes back to boundaries. That's true. That's kind of Zoe's character. Zoe's character is very much like, if you're not okay, I'm not okay. So I need to make sure you're okay so I can be okay. But it's okay for you to be like, you know what? Your decisions don't need to make, like, I'm not responsible for your state of mind and you aren't responsible for mine. And I need to be unapologetic about that, because if it's too much for me to handle, like if you have a friend that is constantly calling you and complaining about, let's say that I had a friend that was dating some guy and all she wanted to do was call me and complain about him and complain about him and complain about him and just drain me to like I want to be supportive and I want to listen, but I offer suggestions and she shuts me down in every way and won't listen or whatever, just wants to complain. I have every right to be like, I am not the right person for you to do this to. I can't do this anymore because it's mentally draining for me. And that's not a boundary because I don't like the person. It's a boundary because I can't give anymore and my well is empty and I can't have an empty well. I have to be able to have something to give my children and myself and whatnot. And so this guy said, if I were in group therapy with Zoe, this is what I would do. And he explained, and I don't want to butcher it, so I'm not going to explain it, but he said, this is what I would say to her. You know, you don't need to be responsible for other people's happiness and you need to, something like that. And you can be unapologetic about that. I'm going to give you this space to not apologize for feeling like you can't handle this right now. Feel what you're feeling, allow yourself to feel those feelings and be unapologetic about it. This hurts you, or this makes you sad, or this makes you angry or whatever. You don't have to apologize for that. If somebody, you know, did something to hurt you or did something that crossed a boundary of yours or whatever. So anyway, the YouTube channel is called Cinema Therapy. And I've watched listened to a couple of his things. He talks about Hiccup and Astrid and how they're a great couple. And he's talked about so many movies, so many more movies than I could ever watch or listen to. But I listened to the one today about group therapy in particular. And it made me want to watch K-pop Demon Hunters again, honestly. But anyway, just that, I know that it can be really hard being vulnerable. And I know sometimes people are punished for being vulnerable. And I understand that. Not everybody needs to know everything all the time. We don't need to trauma dump for everybody, right? But if you need to be vulnerable for the right people that have the right tools to help you, then that can be really, really empowering and it can really help. And that's the point of group therapy. And I just thought it was a really kind of beautiful way to show, because he said what a lot of people think group therapy is the scene with the doctor, where the doctor is basically pointing out their flaws in front of each one of them and being like, oh, you have so many walls up. Oh, you've got a desire to please. And then of course he can't break through Mira's wall. But anyway, and he was like, this is what people think group therapy is. And this is group therapy if you have a crappy therapist. And if that's the case, then I'm sorry, because that's not what group therapy should be. Group therapy should only be uplifting, and it should only be, it could be exhausting, like emotionally exhausting, but it should be positive. It shouldn't be this like scrutinizing in front of every single person in the room. So he did kind of. And Memo says, my DMs are open, just saying. That sounds more like Festivus, an airing of grievances. So, as always, just remember, everybody matters. All of you are important. And I know that sometimes, you know, the voices in your head at the end, you know, they're obviously all fighting there. And I hadn't really thought about this, but they're fighting their own little group of their own little gaggle of demons to get to each other at the very end when they're all on that big stage. And so each one of them has to kind of fight through their own demons before they can reach each other and then kind of heal through. And then I didn't realize this either, but their costumes change. They're wearing black and white and everything, and their costumes, or they're wearing black, I think Mira and Zoe are wearing black, and then all of them change into white, which I thought was really interesting. And they also have patterns on their arms, on their, like, Rumi has hers, but then like there are patterns on the actual clothing of Zoe and Mira, and I didn't pick up on that Easter egg the first time I watched it, so. And it's funny because when I first thought about group therapy, it made me think of Fight Club, when he goes to those groups to cry so he can sleep better, and that's where he meets, Robert Paulson or whatever. And that's where he meets Marla. I was like, this should not be the first thing I think of because Fight Club is not a good example of group therapy. But anyway, so that's like that's just, and the only reason I bring all of that up is because I listened to that today. And for some reason, I don't know why, I thought of this community and I wanted to share that just in case anybody needed to hear it. I don't know if anybody did, but I wanted to share it. So thank you guys for allowing me to have that space. And, you know, I don't, like I said, I'm not a professional, but I've definitely experienced enough in my life to know that life can be hard and, or maybe not an Easter egg, but I didn't notice that small detail. Right. That's not an Easter egg, but I just didn't notice that. And I've seen it a lot of times, but I never noticed that. But I know I saw Fight Club years ago, gosh, 20 years ago. After months, a group member came to his own hard decision to change his toxic life situation. Nobody told him to. Well, and that's how real change, that's when real change actually sticks, is when it comes from within that person. You can't make anybody change. Unfortunately, we can't make anybody. Everybody has free will. Everybody's got free will and choice, right? So we can't make anybody change. But when true change happens, it's when it comes from within the person, instead of somebody else being like, hey, you shouldn't do that anymore, or you make me feel this way when you do that, or you do this to your kids when you do that. It has to come from inside, or else it's not going to stick. So good job for that person. Props to them. Yeah. So anyway, I hope that's not too dreary of an ending. I really wanted it to be positive, but I just think everybody matters, even if they have, because everybody has struggles. And so your struggles don't mean you are unlovable. Because like he said, I loved what he said. You in your unbroken state can do far more, affect people far more than you in your perfect state. Like people will learn more from you, as you rise from your broken state rather than being just like perfect all the time, which is also something that Joy sort of learns in Inside Out as well, is that you can't just be perfect and happy all the time. Life just doesn't work that way. There is such a thing as toxic positivity as well. And he does an episode on Inside Out. I think he did an episode on Inside Out and both Inside Out 2. And I haven't listened to them yet. But he does talk about, I think his episode does talk about toxic positivity and how it is such a thing, and that you can't be happy all the time. I mean, that bar is so high. How are you supposed to be happy all the time? Now, you can find joy in struggles. You can find joy in things that are hard because they made you a better person, or they made you stronger, or they brought you together, or whatever. Like, you can absolutely find joy somewhere hidden within struggles. Even after Ander being bishop of our congregation for so long, it was a struggle for me, and I was able to change. But you know what? I changed my attitude just like the guy in the group therapy did. I changed my own attitude instead of being like, this is hard and I don't like it and I really wish this hadn't happened to us. I changed my attitude to, well, I believe that this church is true. And if that's the case, then I believe that Andrew is where he's supposed to be. And I believe this didn't happen by coincidence. I changed my attitude and everything changed. Did our lives get easier? No, but I was able to manage my frustration better, and I had shifted my point of view, and it made all the difference in the world. And at the end of when he finally stepped down from being bishop after 4.5 years, I thought I was going to feel this big, like, oh my gosh, well, thank goodness that's over. And I really didn't. I was actually grateful for the experience I had. And yeah, there were some struggles and I was relieved, but I knew I had matured and grown because I wasn't like, oh, well, it's like sayonara to that. Good riddance. Like, I can't wait for this to be over. I felt more like, wow, we made it through that. We made it through that. That was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my adult life. And I actually made it through that. And we made it, and we had some amazing experiences. We had some hardships, but that was because I made an attitude change in my own life because my circumstances weren't going to change. So I had to change my own attitude toward them. And it totally made a huge difference. So I do love Inside Out as well. They're a great way to explain feelings. I didn't enjoy the second one quite as much as the first one, but I thought the first one was absolutely brilliant. And if we were happy all the time, we wouldn't know we were happy all the time. Like, we wouldn't feel happy all the time, because if we never felt sadness, we would never feel happiness. So they absolutely coincide with one another. And and I remember seeing it with my mom. My mom suffered from clinical depression. And I remember we saw it in the theaters together. And when she came out, she had this dazed look on her face. And I said, "Are you okay?" And I'd like ugly cried during the whole thing because I was watching this little girl grow up, and like I was thinking of Charlotte, and it was just such a moving movie. And Bing Bong, and oh my gosh. And my mom was like, I have never seen depression shown so well in a movie. I've never seen it portrayed so perfectly. You just feel like you're constantly apologizing for everything, just apologizing for being alive, just apologizing for just being there. You just feel like everything you do is just, why are you here? Nobody wants you here, and it really helped me kind of understand how my mom and sister felt with their clinical depression as well, because I don't suffer from it. And so it's hard for me to, well, why don't you just be happy? That's Susie 25 years ago, I had to rewire how I thought about it, because it's not just like that. You can't just do that. Exhibit A, Silk Song. You can find joy in trials. But if we never had trials, we'd never get any stronger. I mean, my mom used to tell me, well, I believe in what's doing right, but I also in doing what's right, but I also believe in doing what's comfortable. But the reality is, the things that make us grow and become better people and stronger people are the things that are uncomfortable. We can't just stay in our comfort zone all our lives, because we don't ever grow. But it's uncomfortable. It's so hard to go through those things, but they do make us stronger. They do make us stronger. And this is why I allow my kids to sometimes struggle through things, because I'm like, you're gonna come out of this and you're gonna be like, wow, I did that. I can't believe I did that. And it's gonna make you stronger. Does it suck watching you struggle? Yes, it does. Do I want to take it away and do it for you? Yes, I do. But I'm not gonna do that, because you have the power to struggle through this, and you are going to come out of it a stronger person, and you will affect someone else's life because you are dealing with this in this way. And you will come to somebody's aid someday. I don't know when it'll be, but someday. Like, why did I miscarry? I don't know. What was the point of that? How does that make me as a stronger person? I don't know. But maybe someday Charlotte will have a miscarriage and I can be like, I know exactly what you're feeling. Or maybe someday I'll have a friend that'll have a miscarriage, or I'll be at their house when they miscarry or something. And I can be like, I know what to do, or I know how you're feeling because I felt that exact same way, So sometimes we struggle with things, and I don't know why, but maybe we struggled with them so we could help somebody else. I don't know. Anyway, this is like a whole can of worms, and I could go on and on and on about it, but I'm 15 minutes over my time. So just remember, you're important, you matter, and choose kindness, because you just never know what people are going through in their lives. You know what I'm saying? So thank you guys all so much for being here. Take care, everybody. Thank you, Mactastic. Also, yeah, puts away can opener. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. I know I could talk about it forever, but and once again, not a professional, but you know, have had a I don't want to say fair share of therapy, but you know, I've experienced some things, but I don't know. I just think people matter. People are so important. Even if you disagree with them, even if you don't share the same views, that person still matters. That person still matters because that is a life and because everybody's choices affect everybody else's. And so, you know, we can't just say, oh, well, I don't agree with that person. And so therefore it doesn't matter that they're living a life of crap or they're suffering or whatever. Like, good, I'm glad. The only person who gets that is Umbridge, right? Professor Dolores Umbridge. She's the only person that I can be like, yeah, okay, bye-bye. Like, that's fine. I'm glad. I'm glad that you're freaked out and that you can't handle horses anymore. I'm glad. Anyway, so everybody have an excellent Wednesday tomorrow. Have an excellent rest of your day. And I will be back on Thursday. And I won't go on a super big rant. I only did today because I listened to that video today and it just got me thinking. So I just, every once in a while, I kind of get in a thing and I'm like, oh, I'm thinking of my people. So I'll see everybody on Thursday. And I appreciate you guys. Don't ever forget it. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for all your support. I appreciate you guys a lot. So until next time, take care. I'll see you guys on Thursday. See you later. It doesn't matter. It's in the past. It's not over. It's not done till it's not over till it's what?